Good afternoon, good day. Thank you guys so much for being here. Welcome to Streamers and Stories. This is the very first episode, and today's guests are Curly, we have Emo, we have Eskea, and I'm so happy that you guys wanted to join. But before I'll let you introduce yourselves, I would love to show everybody who's watching a little bit about who these streamers are. And for that, my darling Shadows, what we did in the Shadows, has made an epic compilation of some clips of the past months.
Oh no.
Oh, yes.
She's got 2 lacerations. So,
Oh my god! Guys!
Nice. I forgot the ogres have eyes. Or, well, not.
Oh my god! We're getting a girlfriend! Yes!
when you do your dancey dance in your underpants,
I have no arms anymore. Hence, I mean, I clearly have arms.
That's not how you treat a lady. This is exactly how you treat a lady.
good time.
Oopsie, I'm missing all my wiggle skill checks. Oh no!
She's stuck in my door.
Open! Open! Door! Run!
Oh my god! Let's go! Let's go! Woo!
Please make sure the other person reciprocates.
Ah! Stay! Let me die!
Oh no.
Why does this look so weird?
Pineapple on pizza is delicious.
No!
Wait, what? Who said that? It wasn't me.
Oh.
You want me to get a heart attack because that's how I get a heart attack.
Oh my god, that sound is so like
Okay, was this better?
Yes.
Perkele, she's hard to get.
Okay. And with that, we are going to the interactions. Thank you again, Shadows, for this epic compilation. Curly, would you like to introduce yourself and maybe comment on some of the clips we've seen or not?
I don't know if I want to comment or if I just want to hide in a hole right now.
Oh my god, I love the clips though.
Yeah, hi guys. I'm Curly. I'm a former ballet dancer who turned variety streamer about 2.5 years ago because I stopped performing dance, which took up far too much time. So I wasn't able to play games, and so I started streaming to be able to start playing some games. So I play a lot of first-time playthroughs, and some of those clips included things like I've been currently playing, such as Project Zomboid. I was playing some Kingdom Come Deliverance, as well as some. I think I was playing Indiana Jones, which is when I guys saw the moon clip, which I'm sorry for.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Curly,
so I
and
play just a variety of games.
variety streamers can make an endless list, I believe, of everything.
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you so much for making the time to join us today on episode 1. I'm so excited. Thank you.
you.
Emo, would you like to introduce yourself?
Absolutely. Hello guys, I'm Emo, I'm a variety streamer from Finland, and yeah, variety as well, but I guess I'm mostly known for my summer car on YouTube. So that's kind of what my audience is, I guess, mostly into, but I'm a huge fan of old games, especially RPGs. So yeah, I tend to play mostly like dead old games on Twitch. But yeah, that's, I guess, something we can talk about later as well. Also,
Sounds
I see a
good.
cat.
I see
sorry.
a cat. Eskea, do you want to introduce the both of you?
Well, this is Booker. He never leaves me alone, so you'll be seeing a lot of him today. I'm
That's good
afraid.
news.
But hi, I'm SK. I've been on Twitch for over 8 years. I do Baldur's Gate Honor Mode runs. I am learning to play Dead by Daylight, so I'm really sorry for the screaming you heard earlier in the video, because I scare really easily. And I also have a soft spot for shooters. Like right now, I'm kind of into Tarkov and stuff, so I don't really know why, but yeah.
Nice. Welcome and thank you so much, all three of you. And I guess there must be a why to why you keep coming back to the game, but sometimes you really don't know. Again, thank you so much for being part of Streamers and Stories, episode 1. This has been something I've been working for a little bit on, and I'm super excited to share a little bit more about, well, the streamers and their stories. So for the first topic, I would love to talk a little bit about gaming. Because we're all game streamers, we all like games, and you already mentioned a little bit about what kind of games. But I would love to hear what was the very first video game you've ever played? Anyone who instantly knows what that was and wants to start?
Tell you, I can say that I am not sure exactly what is the first ever game, maybe some Game Boy game or something, but like I have played games ever since I was little, and I grew up with original Rayman, Tomb Raider, and Crash Bandicoot. But I also didn't speak English as a kid, so that's kind of the only thing I could play. Couldn't really play games with a lot of dialogue and stuff like that. But the good thing is that now when I'm an adult, I have actually been able to get into amazing games for the first time, like Morrowind and Fallout, now when I can understand the dialogue. So yeah, I'm super happy that streaming especially has taught me English, so I can play a lot of these amazing games for the first time now as an adult.
Is that how you learned English?
Twitch, yeah, for 100%. I mean, gaming has taught me English for sure, but Twitch definitely improved my English to a point of, thinking in English. I think in English these days. I speak it like 5 hours every single day, so I've almost lost my... I speak Swedish actually as my mother tongue, but even though I'm from Finland, so I think in English these days.
That's
Streamer brain.
that's also.
I
I
think it's
also started streaming to actually work on my English, so I really understand that that's for you as well. That's so cool. And
I also started streaming to work on my English.
you did?
Well, I mean, it helps me with your speech, so I will say that it does, regardless of whether or not you're an English speaker or if it's not your native tongue, it can help you with your speech.
True.
Fair point. Fair point. And
That
Curly, what
corrects
was
us.
the first game you've ever played?
So I was thinking about this, and I know this is, I think, honestly, the first game I ever played, and I remember playing, is Tetris. Like just winning at Tetris. And I know it's like something that's so small and people don't think about it as like an actual game, but that game is just amazing. I love that game so
Legendary.
much. Even to this day, it is just such a good, relaxing game. And I think my highest level was ever like 135.
I really
These
don't know how many
levels in
levels there are and
Tetris?
I
how
love
high
that.
that is. I'm so sorry.
It doesn't,
That's
it like
amazing.
doesn't end. I don't think that there's like a top ending of how high
I
like it
believe
goes.
someone finished that game, right? Because the game broke after a certain level.
It was a kid. He was like 13. Yeah. He
Yeah,
just finished it recently. That's awesome.
Yeah.
but
How
Tetris,
high
that's
does
a
it go?
really good first game.
Dedication.
Also, I'm so sorry before we go to Eskea, and one of my darling mods mentioned that I forgot to introduce myself. Yay. So hi to everybody who's watching this video or is watching the stream and doesn't know me. I'm Viev. This is, I'm a variety. Sorry. I'm Viev, variety streamer, play all kinds of games from World of Warcraft to Soul games to like cute indie games. And I really, really, really love gaming, and I'm so happy that I could make it my job. But I also really love, well, I'm an anthropologist by degree, and I really love learning more about people's stories and the person behind just what we see. So I love to deep dive on those kind of things, and that's one of the reasons why I started streaming stories. Also, my first game was Heroes of Might 3. Now, SK, it's your turn to talk about your first game.
Well, I don't really remember my first game, but I was a non-gamer till my like mid-teens. I
Oh,
actually started gaming because my brother was always locked up in his room playing Call of Duty, and I was like, "Bro, you gotta get out of the house sometime. I haven't seen you leave your room in 5 days." And then he handed me the controller, and we played Call of Duty together. But then he played Battlefield, but you can't split screen that. And I bought an Xbox for Battlefield, and that is the game that got me into gaming, streaming, and kind of ended up getting me my job and everything. So that is the game that I want to.
so it all
shout
started
out.
with one game.
Battlefield 3. Yes.
Awesome.
That's really awesome. That's really awesome. And then now a question that's like close to that. So not what's your first game, but what's your all-time favorite game? SK, do you want to start?
Yeah, it's Baldur's Gate 3. Like it's not even a challenge anymore.
And
Such a
then
good game.
particularly
Such a
one
good game.
character, or
Well, I like multiple characters,
Oh.
but
that changed. I believe
But there-
your stream is this tag still a Styrian lover. I believe.
I will get back to that question when I tell my story, I think.
Okay. Thank you. Curly Emo, what is your all-time favorite game?
Really, you
Easy
can go
Cyberpunk.
first.
Yeah, easy
Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk.
Really?
Yes,
You do. You look
really.
like you have like cyberpunk style, Curly. I think.
Thank you. I actually
No, that's a
really appreciate
compliment.
that.
Seriously,
I
You
know.
could be a
I really
character in
appreciate
Cyberpunk.
that. I would love to be a character in Cyberpunk. In fact, yes, please make me a character in Cyberpunk. No, it's my favorite game. I think
There's
it's
a
so
streamer
great.
that is in Cyberpunk. Cyber
I know.
Angel.
There's a couple actually.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
No way. That's so
Yeah.
awesome.
So the how graphic can I be?
How graphic is that game? I think game content
It
is
can be
allowed,
very graphic.
right?
So
I've
okay,
heard
so
some things. Yeah.
I'm
yes,
really
there is a-
curious now.
One
Okay.
of there's a streamer who one of the quest lines is to prevent his member from exploding.
Oh.
Okay.
And that is a streamer whose quest line it is. And the
No
first time
way.
I did it, not Cone Carnage. It's Jesse Cox. And the first time I did it, he actually raided me, and his member did explode.
Oh, that's absolutely amazing.
Hilarious.
Oh my god. So, and up next,
Yeah.
we need to get you in the.
Yes.
Oh yes, I would love to be a part of that game. That would be amazing. Yes, he was on the street. He is a beggar, or no, he's a prophet on the street. Co-Carnage.
That's so
cool.
awesome. How gaming and
Yes.
streaming can
Yeah.
give you these amazing opportunities. Like streaming it's been life changing. I think for all of us. I can imagine.
Mhm.
Yes, I agree with that. I think it's been wonderful. But it's also your turn, Emo.
Yeah, Emo.
How dare you ask such a question? It's ridiculous.
I never
can
said it
not
would be
say.
easy. I said
No,
I
it's-
will
this
have
is difficult.
questions.
It's an impossible thing to answer because I love so many different games. But I think the games that come to mind is like Morrowind, Stalker, and yeah, of course, I love Baldur's Gate 3 and Witcher 3. But yeah, there's so many different games out there that is just amazing. But yeah, I would say if I have to say one, Kingdom Come Deliverance, because we
I
were just
thought you were
talking
gonna
about
say
it.
that. I knew
Yeah,
you were
Kingdom
gonna
Come
say that. I
Deliverance.
was like, "Where is KCD on this
Kingdom
list?"
Come Deliverance, it's coming out soon, the second game, and they just align with my like what I want from gaming, like good writing, amazing gameplay. It's just very like it's something. It brings something to the table that no other games bring that I value. So I will say that game.
Yeah. Oh my god. So 4th of February is highlighted in your agenda. That's the release date, right? I believe.
Absolutely, 4th.
Yeah.
Yes.
How many days until it's released? Do you have that number in your head?
No, actually, I don't. It's no, I
A
don't
few.
have that in mind. It's like 1 week and 4 days, if I think correctly right now. I don't know days. They just happen. Days just happen.
Days just happen, and one day it's the
One
day,
day at a
and then
time.
everything will be all right.
Exactly.
clearly.
Exactly.
Awesome. Eskea, you already told me how you got into gaming. How did you get into gaming?
Oh, actually, sorry. That was going to be part of my story. But
In that case, we
I
can
will tell
save
you.
it.
Yeah, I'm gonna save that. Actually.
Yeah, we're gonna save it. And Emo, how did you get into gaming?
So I think I just grew up, I guess, with brothers, but it was just like I thought
Happy.
everyone gamed.
Great.
Oh, Happy, that's so adorable. Yeah, no, I think I just grew up with gaming, thinking everyone did it, and then when I grew up, like I realized that it was more maybe like more men and boys played games. That was surprising to me to find out. I just assumed everyone did it, so for me it was just ever since I was little. My I guess dad and mom I played with my siblings. PlayStation 1 games, and then PlayStation 2, and then PlayStation 3, and then I built with my brother a computer that is
Oh my god, I
technically
love that
still
you
with
gamed
me.
so much with your whole family. I always gamed with my
Yes.
brothers, but never with my parents.
No, I think my parents were maybe not gaming with us, but it was like they were a part of like bringing that into our lives. Like my dad is interested in technology and stuff like that, I guess.
That's
So
really
yeah,
cool.
definitely a part of it. I mean, they had to buy it because we were kids, so
Yeah.
in that way. But
And
yeah,
I
it's been
love that
always
you
a big
thought
part of
that
my life.
everybody gamed. For me, it was quite shocking as well when I learned that uh, apparently women don't game or say that.
Yeah,
I
it
always
was less
thought like
common.
I played a lot of World of Warcraft, and it took me 5 or 6 years to figure out that not all female characters are actually female in real life. But I thought World of Warcraft for years
I
was like
love
a
that.
girl game. I mean, I got
Yeah.
this girl friend that invited me to play the game, and then I saw all these female characters. So I was like, "Oh my god, it's the most girly game,
Women.
World of Warcraft!" And then it turned out to be mostly male players, apparently, but also a lot of players. But that was really nice. Oh, that's a cool family picture together. Um,
I love it.
I
yeah,
just
and
made
then
fun of my brother for playing games all day. And now I play more games than he does, I think.
Oh, I love that. You're like, go outside, and then you just take over. I love that.
Now
No,
I barely
I-
see the sun.
one thing I was thinking about, like growing up with gaming, how different it is for me these days. Because I grew up also like kind of going over to my friend's place or a neighbor's place to play on their console. Maybe a game we didn't have. Like it was like a very social thing to game to like
yeah,
go and hang out. I think gaming has become a lot more isolated these days when people are kind of like at home on their computer. But there's still a thing we call LANit. I don't know in English if it's the same thing, but you take your computer and you go
yeah.
over to a friend and play with the computer. That is something my brother likes to do. I love that. That's so cool.
So like just to give a little bit of the story, I didn't actually start gaming really seriously until I started streaming. Most of the time I used to watch people play games. There were games here and there that I used to play, but I didn't really play a lot of games. And I'll get into that a little later, but I always find it so interesting when people have all of these recollections of their childhoods and when they've played these games together, and I'm like, I wish I had some of that.
Yeah.
Because when
Me
I grew up,
too.
my mom used to ingrain in my head that women shouldn't play video games.
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder where that comes from. I don't understand that. It's such an interesting. I just grew up
I think-
thinking like everyone does it. Like I had no clue it was like a
Mm-mm.
boy thing, supposedly.
Yeah,
I think
it
it's a
became
very
a boy
old-fashioned
thing one
thinking.
day. I used to always be on the PlayStation as well, but my brothers always split. I do think it's
Yeah.
sad indeed that it's hard to find split screen games. A
It
lot of the
is.
co-op
really
games
is.
are now always that you both need a PC
Yep.
or you both need Xbox or PlayStation or whatever, and less. So it's so fun.
It takes
if
two.
you invite
Social.
someone
It takes
over
two a
to.
split screen.
Sorry?
And that's a
Before
great game.
before I started streaming,
It
I was
takes two.
playing a lot of FPS because it was more social. Like I have always loved the social aspect of gaming.
Yeah.
Then when I started streaming, I got into single player games for the first time. That was, because I have someone to talk to at the same time. Like I don't think I would ever have played a lot of these games alone. Like it's something I wanted to do with friends. But yeah, so streaming got me into a lot of amazing story games I don't think I ever would have played otherwise.
Mhm.
Thank you, girls, for sharing. I was wondering, is there a game that has the most significant impact on your life? Which game was that?
Do you
me-
guys come up with anything?
Yeah, for me it was Baldur's Gate.
Mm.
Definitely. Like I will explain that later.
Yes.
But yeah.
I think Tomb Raider, just because it was like a character I looked up to, Lara Croft. So I would say that has impacted me in some way. Just Lara Croft as a character, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I would say I have two games on top of my mind. First, Portal. Portal 2 was the first actually story-based RPG that I finished myself. And I love that game. I have such a heart. That game has such a big place in my heart because it really encompasses a lot of the things that I really, really love about
Portal
gaming,
is
like
so
the
good.
story.
I never played it.
Yeah, the story. Oh, it's so good, Emo. It's got lots of puzzles, and I love puzzles because I am a mathematician,
Ooh.
and like just a whole bunch of other things. But then also, I would say Fallout 4, because Fallout 4 is my first
Ooh.
open world RPG that I got into.
Same.
And it's the first game that I streamed. And I love it. It's so amazing.
Yeah, I love it too.
Yeah, Fallout 4 and Skyrim is also how I kind of like Twitch started. No, I didn't start with those games, but it was like a big step for me on Twitch. I love the community. Bethesda community is absolutely amazing.
Would
Yeah,
you
it's
recommend
it made me
phenomenal.
Fallout
love
if you've
Twitch.
never played it? Would it still be
Yeah.
something
Yes.
to get into? I've never played
I
it.
would
Yes.
Every single person who I've been like, if you want to play a game for the first time and you haven't played it, play Fallout 4.
Yes.
It
Or
is
Baldur's Gate
such a
3.
good game. Or Baldur's Gate 3, but I feel like Fallout 4 is just a way that it's like you basically just get to do whatever you want, but there's also some driving forces of like it's story based, so it still has that like pushing you to do specific goals while
Yeah.
still allowing you to do whatever the crap you want.
I
So
need to
it's
say-
like
awesome.
quintessential RPG.
Yeah.
It reminds me so much of, because I had never, Fallout 4 was my forever first open world first person game.
Me
This
too.
is so embarrassing, but I literally Googled like what is am I supposed to do and how do I read the compass? I don't understand how do I get to places. I don't understand what I'm supposed to do. And then in chat people were like, just go somewhere and talk to people. I'm like, what is it mean?
I got really
How's this
frustrated, me
compass?
too,
I don't
the first
understand the
time.
compass. Like how do I get to a place? Like I remember Googling how does compass in Fallout 4 work? And it's like Google didn't say anything. I just didn't understand how to get to a place. But yeah.
Oh,
Fallout
I love
4
that. Yeah.
It's also a game that does really well vanilla. Like you
Yes.
don't need to get
don't need to
mods,
mod
but
it.
once you finished it, you can go to town on the mods and you can have a completely
Ugh.
new game.
That's really
Brand new
cool.
game. There's so many different mods, and it's such a good game. And I think because a lot of the Fallout series, you need mods in order to make it playable.
Yes.
That's what I love about Fallout 4. And even Skyrim, I feel like some people struggle with it if you don't have mods on it. But like Fallout 4, you can download it, load it up, and you're good to go.
That's
It's
true.
such a
Fallout
beautifully done game.
community is just also really, really strong. Like they made
Yep.
Fallout London and stuff like that, and it goes so deep with like
It
like
is.
full on voice
So
acting,
good.
story writing, and it's just insane
I'm basically
how
already
many.
sold on the game. Thank
Yeah.
you. I feel like I should start playing this game now.
It's
And the
fun when people
music
play
is
the modded
good.
versions. The
Yeah,
music
I
is
gotta
really good
say,
too.
like,
Yeah.
Fallout 4, it's the reason what kept me in streaming, because that community, that Bethesda community that we have on Twitch is beautiful. People are
Yep.
so nice. They're so welcoming. And I honestly, I struggled to get out of that Bethesda community for a while and play other games because I got scared.
Oh my
No, that's
God.
what I
I've
was
been
saying,
there
how it was
too.
changing
I
for
had
me.
the same problem.
Absolutely. Bethesda community is a comfort zone for sure. Like that's
It's
why I was
so
saying
comforting.
that was a big change for me. Skyrim and Fallout made me like love Twitch. It made me really like, this is it. This is the place. But the
Yes.
community, shout out to the community, honestly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
big shout out to the Fallout and the Skyrim community, all of the communities that hold
Bethesda.
Bethesda. Yeah.
Yep.
The Bethesda community is great. Even though Fallout 76 is like meh, it's still like,
It's still
Starfield,
fun. It's still
fun.
fun.
Yeah,
It's
it's
still
like own
fun, and people
game.
still love it, and the community is still great.
That's really awesome.
Absolutely.
And we're now talking to about communities, and we're indeed going to change to the topic of streaming, because yeah, streaming communities. I want to start with a little bit more of a difficult question. Can you describe your most memorable moment that you had on stream? Emo, do you want to start?
I come up with many, but of course, like the basic stuff, like getting partnered, was of course a big thing that I never thought. But I remember when I started streaming, I had no clue what even affiliate was. I didn't know you could like what subs was or anything. I never watched Twitch before streaming, so yeah, partner was something I recognized as a big like accomplishment. But yeah, no, I would say I don't know if this can be said, but like when I went to Twitchcon, like I realized how much Twitch has meant to me, like how many amazing people I have met, and for some reason, just going to TwitchCon just made me realize how big of a thing streaming has been for me. I don't know if you consider that a moment on Twitch.
Yes,
besides
that
getting
sounds like a
partnered.
great moment.
Yeah, for me that was a big thing to go to TwitchCon. It made me realize
Which
like how
TwitchCon
many
did you
amazing
go to?
people. The first one I went to was the last one in Rotterdam.
Yeah.
So that's it was just wow, like just going to meet a bunch of creators and how many friends I have made like amongst the years. You know, like even if I would never have made it at all on Twitch right now as my full-time job, like it's still just the amount of people I have met when I travel. I have been staying with streamers or even sometimes viewers, and it's been such a big part of my life, Twitch.
Yeah,
So that was a big moment for me.
that sounds like a really big moment. SK Curly, have you been to TwitchCons as well, and do you experience that the same? I mean, I
Been at
met you both
TwitchCon,
at
yeah.
TwitchCon. What a stupid question.
No, I think it is an extremely amazing experience that people are unable to actually grasp or articulate what you feel when you go to it, unless you've been there. It's a way of being able to connect to different people that you have seen online and different communities, and it's a fantastic experience that you cannot fathom until you've actually been in the space.
And,
I have a somewhat controversial opinion on TwitchCon.
ooh,
Ooh.
let's hear it.
Tell me.
I have been to Berlin, Amsterdam, and Rotterdam, and Berlin was really fun. Amsterdam made me feel the worst person. Like, I don't think I've ever felt as bad as I felt when I went to Amsterdam. It was a horrible experience for me.
Oh,
I felt like they definitely made affiliates feel like they weren't worthy, and they did not do a good job at it. But
Yeah.
in Rotterdam, I feel like they've stepped it up and they've learned from their mistakes. And I felt like Rotterdam was like one of the most fun experiences, absolutely. And because that was such a positive thing, like my friend, she told me like, "Do you want to stay at the hotel with me and go to TwitchCon with me?" And I was like, "I kind of don't want to go." She's like, "But come with me, it's gonna be fun." And then I went, and I'm super grateful because I met so many nice people.
Yeah, I was gonna say with what Curly said that you only get it when you go there. Also, Eskea, I'm sorry that you had like a bad experience in
Yeah.
one of the TwitchCons. I have only been as a partner to TwitchCon, so I have no clue how it
Yeah,
is to
that
really
I
be as an
just
affiliate.
that's why I just wanted to,
Yeah.
also like, I'm sorry, but if you are not
No.
in a partner sphere, you're gonna have a different experience.
Different experience.
Right.
And it
True.
was not fun. Like, we would walk places, and then people would look at your badge and just completely ignore you,
Ignore. Yeah.
but not your partnered friends, and
Mm.
it was not fun.
that
But
sounds
I
pretty bad.
I
yeah.
remember those people, and karma is a bitch.
It's so
Ooh.
funny that you say that now because actually I was hanging out in another streamer's stream recently who wasn't even wearing their badge. And I'm not going to say who, but they were talking about a similar experience where they weren't wearing their badge and they met a partnered streamer, and the partnered streamer completely ignored them. And this person was partnered, or
But they
is partnered,
just couldn't
actually.
instantly see it.
Because they couldn't instantly see it, they dismissed them. And then
Yeah.
they went into the person's stream with the badge, and all of a sudden the tone changed.
Yeah, that
God
is
damn.
why I wanted to say that, like, it's not all sunshine and roses. There are also
course.
like negative experiences
Yeah, you
that
definitely
people
feel
should be
imagine.
aware
different
of.
ways of networking. Some people network to just probably for their own gain, and some people just love to meet other people and just like the
Right.
experience. I do have to say, this year I've been to Twitchcon Paris, Amsterdam, and Rotterdam, but this year also for the first time to America, to San Diego. And I met Curly there, and that was awesome. But I do
It
have
was
to say
amazing.
that I think in the US they do TwitchCon a lot better if you're talking about
Oh.
non-partnered, because first of all it's 3 days, so there's way more days to do things. But also they have the block party, which is for the community. And in Europe, and partners can go there, affiliates can go there, community can go there. It's just all together. And I went there and it was epic. And you're dancing with both community, with affiliates, with partners, and everybody is equal there. Unless you meet people that
Yeah, of
only
course.
look at the badge, I guess.
Yeah.
But in EU, have the Friday is the partner party, and on Saturday is like all the networking parties. And then on Sunday there's nothing. And I always have like my community dinner, so we make it a community day on Sunday. But there's nothing organized for the non-partners. So only if brands would invite community or affiliates, there would be something for them. But I do mostly at those networking events see a lot of partners. So I did when I was in the US. I was like, huh? There's this whole party for everyone, and I loved it. It was, I think, my
amazing.
favorite night. It
Also
the
have to
partner
think
party,
about
yeah.
You also have to think about we have our partner launch where we can go all day long every day, but affiliates have nothing.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
literally have nothing. And I mean, I'm
It's
sorry,
true.
but there are partners that haven't streamed a day in their life because they got a badge through a company
Yep.
or
True.
they bought their way in, whatever, like but they have access too. Well, there are hardworking affiliates that are being overshadowed by, like it's not a fair thing. I'm sorry, and I feel like
No.
something should be done about that to accommodate
Absolutely.
content creators that really want
Totally.
to get a chance in the spotlight. In that
Yeah.
sense,
Yeah.
I think
I'll add to that. When
it's
I
really
was
great
in,
that in America they actually do parties like that. Though I
Yeah.
wish they would
Yeah.
implement
Yep.
that here.
Curly,
but
what
I
did you
would
want to
say
say?
that like, so I went to Twitchcon Vegas, and it wasn't the same experience as it was in San Diego. I had my husband with me, and he was basically like almost looked down upon, and I was a partner,
Oh,
and it was kind of sad. So I couldn't bring him to
yeah.
things. I couldn't do things with him. I had to like leave him, and I really hated that.
Yeah, that's
It
another
wasn't
That
thing.
reminded
fair.
me of TwitchCon also with the partners. A lot of partners had to like leave their partners behind when they went to meet other partners and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They
I
used to
had
have a plus
to.
one system, I think, but not anymore.
Yeah.
No, I love that my partner is my community manager at these moments. So
Oh,
he's like huddling up my community and says, "Let's go to a bar." And then after the partner party, I call him and I'm like, "Where are you guys?" And I go to a bar, and then my community is there with my
I
partner,
love that.
who's not
Oh,
a
Mhm.
Twitch partner, so couldn't go to all the parties. Yeah,
that's
mm,
awesome. Yes.
that
but
is
I love
awesome.
how
I
that
like
comes
that.
together. Yeah.
Mm.
But yeah, I think we can talk about the differences at TwitchCon for a long time. I'm happy,
Mhm.
SK, that your second experience was better. Unfortunately, it was because you're now partnered, and
Mm.
not because
Yeah, that's the thing. It
they
doesn't.
changed anything for you. No, it was just
Yeah.
because you reached that milestone.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I do want to ask, what is one of the most memorable moments from your streaming career that was just happy feelings?
Me or
Yeah.
oh yeah, well, getting partnered. Yeah.
Do you want to tell a little bit more about that?
That is kind of part of my story, I think.
Okay, then
Yeah,
we go to
'cause
Curly.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
After this
I would
question, we're gonna do
say
the stories. Then I know what the
okay.
stories are.
I have a story that was my biggest moment as well. So
Yeah.
Honestly, I think for me, my biggest moment actually, and this is kind of embarrassing. I think we've all had experiences where we've had a moderator who has either done something wrong in your stream, overtaking your stream, or made things kind of uncomfortable for you. Hopefully not everybody, but I think some people have.
relate.
And I had that instance
Yes.
where I have had my one of my moderator before I hit partner was somebody that I thought was a really good friend of mine.
Mhm.
But looking back, they were a very manipulative person who took over things and tried to make my space theirs. And I removed them from being a mod, and when I did, after like a lot of different scenarios that happened after I removed them from being a mod, they made this whole big stink that I'm nothing without them, and that I wasn't going to be able to continue streaming the way I am, and the only reason I hit partner was because of
So
them.
sorry you had to go
I
through
have
that.
been there. I have
Yeah.
experienced this
Yes.
exact same thing. And after I got rid
Yes.
of them, I felt like I could breathe and the community could breathe. Like it was
Yeah.
just
So,
great. It
well,
was a good
I
thing.
think the best experience I had from that was from learning. My biggest fear was that what they said was true. And that first stream that I had back and they were gone, I was having like heart palpitations right before I
Mhm.
went live. And the moment I went live, all of these people that stopped coming to my stream came out of the woodwork
Because it was
and
a
came
safe
in
space again.
droves. It
Yep.
was a safe space again. I cried. I
They came for
cried tears
you.
of joy. And it was best thing I could have done for myself, for my community, for my stream. So I will
Yep.
tell you, if anybody ever feels like they need to get rid of a mod, do it.
Yes.
Don't
Yep.
wait.
Yes.
Yes.
Also
And
there
if they
to
get
support
mad,
you
it's not
and
that
help
big.
you grow and not hold you back.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
especially not
Absolutely.
manipulate you. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
No, I have been there. I have had a similar experience, and yeah, I
Yeah,
feel
we've
like
talked
me and the
about it, Emo.
community, we could breathe after it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Emo and
it's
I've talked
definitely
about this
big.
extensively, and
Yep.
she knows exactly who I'm talking about.
Yep. Yeah, I was just like, yeah, this is clicking in my head.
Yep.
Well,
It's just
I'm happy to hear
awful.
that you guys like talk about it as well together,
Mhm.
because that's the thing when I started streaming almost 7 years ago, found the most difficult thing is like your viewers, your mods, your community, they only know one side of everything and it's
Mhm.
different. And now that I know some streamers, I can just yeah. I once had this company that was a partner drop me and I wanted to cry. I felt terrible.
God.
And
Oh,
I didn't know
no.
who to talk to. So I called Ariana, also a streamer, because I know her a little
Yay.
bit. And I just called her and she's
Ari.
like, hey, what's up? And I said, I'm sorry. Can I talk for a second? And she was
Aw.
like the bestest person. And I just,
Mm.
yeah, it's just great to sometimes, have
You can
streamers
relate to
that
things.
understand exactly
Absolutely.
how certain things
Yes.
feel. Yeah.
1,000,000%.
It's important to
1,000,000%.
have
And having those
people to talk
people,
to.
yeah, I was going to say, having those people around you is so important. So I'm glad that she was there for you because I
Yeah,
know
I was
Ari
so
and she's
happy she
great.
And we all
answered.
have so similar stories. Like every time I talk to a streamer and we talk about streaming, we always end up having the same experiences.
Yeah.
And I think I have been pretty strict with the ban hammer lately because it's like if someone pulls down the community, like I don't want them there. And I think when I was a
Mm-mm.
smaller streamer, I was like I let so terrible things go because I thought, okay, if I say something bad to them or if I ban them, I lose all of my viewers. Like that's how I felt because
Right.
it was a
Yeah.
bigger deal. Now when I have more viewers, it's like if someone misbehaves, like I'm just gonna instantly call them out because I want to set the tone in the community and I want to make sure everyone is comfortable. So this person that Curly was talking about, I'm not gonna say the name, but yeah, like it's this person has been making people feel uncomfortable in many communities. So it affects a lot of people. So if someone has issues in one person's stream, it's good to share that with others
Yeah.
as well to make
Yes.
sure it's not, making people uncomfortable having them around.
Yeah, and I think
Mhm.
it's great streamer advice for everybody because
Yes.
when I started streaming, I got bullied a lot about my red hair
Oh.
and
Oh.
always the soulless jokes and like constantly that.
Oh.
Wait, what are you? I have never. Everyone just talks about, wow, nice hair. I have
No, but
never. No,
I had this like group of people that would always just
no
tell me I'm
way.
soulless and ginger, steal souls and blah blah
Oh,
blah, and then that's why my sub badges used to be like little souls, and I called my subs the soulless army because I thought I'll just go with it. And
that's
then one day
funny.
I
I
was
love
like,
that.
no, I don't steal souls. This is not at all. And I'm starting to change things. And we literally
Mm.
made it official not that long ago that it's no longer the soulless army, it's the soul daycare. What I have, my
Oh,
community is soul daycare. You
I
give me
love
your
that.
I
soul
like
for a
that.
month, or your soul is being sent to daycare, and I'll take care of your soul for a month. It's a happy place. It's not a
I like that.
sacrifice your souls and stuff like that. And I
Mm-hmm.
feel like
Yep.
if you know keep what makes you you and what you like, then it will grow together. The only thing I can get rid
Agreed.
of is that they call it a cult, but we're not. We're a community. But
But that's a joke.
we're not there yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's
Uh,
interesting how you have had that experience because I have grown out my natural hair color, but I have ginger hair.
yeah.
Before I have never had that problem. I have just had that people constantly talk about my hair, and it got so annoying at some point. I just decided I'm growing out my natural hair color. But I have never had anyone say. One person has said one time that something like that. Oh, like you have orange hair, you're like bad or something. One time in my entire life.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
how did you
I guess
react
I
to that?
attracted different people, but luckily
That's so
not
weird.
anymore. Yeah.
That's good. I'm
Mm.
happy. People
Hey,
are growing
Emo,
up
do you want to tell me your story?
now.
Yeah.
Okay, my story.
First tell but then you can mentally prepare for 20
I
seconds.
mean,
I'll tell the people
yeah.
in the community what this is, because it's streamers and stories. So I asked every streamer in the panel today to prepare a story that could be literally anything about whatever they want to talk about, just one story. And I didn't set a time limit or a minimum, so it's just whatever you want to tell.
Okay. Yeah, I will. So my story, without getting into politics too much, like I am a volunteer in Ukraine on the side of streaming, so that's why I disappear from streams sometimes because I'm traveling there. And it was something at first, like I was afraid things was gonna get political and stuff on my stream, so I didn't dare to tell people I was doing this really. But then I said, you know what? Maybe we can make a difference if I do charity streams on Twitch. So I started by doing these small charity streams. We managed to help animals and children and stuff like that with the community. And then at some point I had this idea like, I want to collect money for an ambulance, but I'm just one person. I don't think I would be able to afford, like even with the community, an ambulance. And then I messaged Curly and I'm like, hey, Curly, do you think this would be possible? And it's like, let's do it. Let's get a bunch of streamers together and let's do charity for 1 week. And in 1 week, we had collected with a bunch of different streamers, Curly included, $50,000. And with that money, we
amazing.
bought 2 ambulances for Ukraine that I myself was a part of driving over. That is now saving lives over there. And, recently we also did another event for fire trucks with, of course, Curly. And Viev was also a part of this. And we managed to buy 2 fire trucks. So I think this story is it shows what an amazing culture there is on Twitch. There is this like people want to help and like how powerful we are together and how big things we could actually do together. So this is my story, and I also think Twitch is like the only platform I could actually stream on because I don't know, the culture here is just so amazing. Like people are not competitive, and even though we are streaming at the same time and we kind of have to compete in a way, like we're having this like culture of like let's raid each other and do things together, and it's just I don't think I could ever do it anywhere else. Like this is something I think is only possible on Twitch. But yeah, that was my story.
I love that.
I gotta add to that. I remember when Emo came to me with it and she was like, can I do this? Like, is it gonna be okay? And I was like, stop. Yes, you can. This is going to be epic. We're just going to bring a bunch of people together. And she was like, but it's so political. I'm like, no, it's not. It's
It
helping
didn't
people.
get political
Yeah.
even.
No, it
It
didn't.
never did. Not for
So,
any of
it was
us.
such a
I
good
think we were
time.
20 people in this, and it was all just about saving people and doing something together. And the best part was like watching each other as well, like raiding into each other and watching each other and making new friends. And it was, it just became a huge thing. That a lot of people, like I have been on some documentaries and podcasts about this as well, because a lot of people just found this so like fascinating, like that you can, as a Twitch community through gaming, something like fun, make such a big difference also, outside of streaming. So yeah, Curly, definitely thank you for encouraging me.
Always.
Without you, I don't think it would have happened. So I'm super,
Oh, that's
through
not
you,
true.
I have met
That's
so
not
many
true.
amazing people. And, like on Twitchcon, I also, like, sometimes people will say, oh, so many people. And I said, like, it's because of Curly, honestly. Like, she has just introduced me to everyone.
But that's awesome.
I just like bringing people together. I feel like,
Yeah.
all right, Twitch is a place where we're supposed to bring people together. And I came here so that way I could make friends. And I'll
Exactly.
get into that a little bit more. But I want other people to see how amazing other people are. And it's always been my goal to help introduce others together. So
love
Success.
that.
You have succeeded.
Yeah, and
Thank you.
Emo, I was so happy when you asked me, and you still kind of have a little bit of that shyness because you said, "Yeah, if you really don't want to, let me know, and it's cool if you want to, but it's fine if you don't." And like, Emo, it's such a cool charity that you do, and I love how involved you are yourself. And it's incredibly high amounts that you're raising with putting this group together. And what I loved most about it is the fact that sometimes 3 streamers would be live at the same time with the goal
Yep.
up, and I would be streaming, and there would be bloop 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 the sound,
Yeah,
and then
donation.
communities
I
are
think
I
tried
talking to
figure out
each
the
other
solution to
from
this.
the other streams and say hello from this side, and it was so well organized and so fun. Thank you
It
for
was
the
so much
invite.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, my pleasure. It wouldn't have been possible without all of the streamers included and all of the donators as well. Like it's a lot of people. I made the worst decision ever that everyone that donates, I'm gonna write their name on a flag
Yeah.
I remember that.
I think I spent hours writing names. I tried to figure out which name has already been there, which one has I've written, and it was just I wrote probably 1,000 names or 500 maybe more. Like
Wow.
I'm not even kidding. I think
Next
500
time,
names.
you can write it on all the new ambulances.
I mean, honestly, yes. Yes, I will just. I have a picture with the flag in front of the ambulances in Ukraine.
Oh, that's
And
beautiful.
I also ended up sticking around on missions when they were actually evacuating people. So I worked in, the ambulance, and let me tell you, without getting into too sad topics, that they were very much needed, and they saved, I think, 17 people every single day, around
That's
17.
That's
amazing. Did
amazing.
you
I
One
love
who
that.
ambulance.
started that? That's incredible.
No, but this is all. If you have an idea, guys, whatever this idea is, like try it. At least try it, because you never know. Like
Always.
otherwise, this would never. It started with an idea, and then because people like Curly and some people believed in me, like it was possible, and it's something. Once again, we're powerful together. It's not something I
Yeah.
would have been able to do alone. Like in this project, it wasn't only streamers and donators. It was also like the organization behind it. There was the drivers and like the people using it, and it was like an entire it was like an army of different people with a different purpose. And I got so annoyed when people said that, like, well, you did the most, and like, no, like there's people at work like 9 to 5 jobs, and they donated thousands to these charities. And that is, I think that makes you a volunteer as well in my eyes, because let's say you work 8 hours and you put that money into donate it into a project like this, then that is a work, that is, you have put in work to help. So maybe I am the one driving them and organizing it, but I really want to show these people that have been a part of as well, like all of the other things as well.
You couldn't have done it without the community for sure. But
Absolutely.
it is great
We have
setting
more
it up
power
and
than we
bringing
think.
these people, giving them the ability to help. Yeah.
And,
Yeah,
and I'm
exactly.
going to add to that a little bit. Just if you have a friend who comes to you and has an idea, never turn down their idea.
Yeah.
Continue to inspire people through supporting them. Say that you think the idea is stupid, rather than telling them that the idea is stupid. Why don't you help them grow the idea? That is
Exactly.
such like
And make it work.
that's such
Yeah.
that is
What
such
else are
more
you gonna do?
impactful.
Just do nothing.
Yeah.
Like, just it's always worth trying. As absolutely.
I love that. Thank you, girls. Thank you so much, Curly, also for that collab on this story.
Yeah.
Eskea, would you like to tell your story?
I feel like my story is gonna fall short now.
No.
All stories are their own.
And it's kind of interesting that you're saying this, because my friends and I were working on sending in a panel about raising charity locally for Twitchcon Rotterdam. We're actually working on that. So I might have some questions for you to maybe add into our panel details, because I had no idea that you did that, and it's kind of wild, because I also love doing like the local things that communities are very passionate about, like just like really going for stuff like that. That makes my heart like melt.
Oh.
Honestly, I'm
Yeah, everyone
so
is
inspired
welcome.
by your story.
Yay! I
Like,
want
it's
this to
wild.
inspire. This is what I want to talk about this, because I want it to inspire people and make streamers realize how much like power we actually have in making a difference. And like all people, all streamers are welcome on these projects. Just hit me up if you want to be a part of it, or if you know someone that is, or if you have any questions, if you want to do something similar. Like, I am more than happy to help. That's what I want to do with my life. I want to help people. So yeah.
That's really
It's
cool.
really good that you give back to the community in a way, since in the end we all owe our community something for even being here ourselves, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we wouldn't be
Content.
where we are without them.
No, absolutely not. Like, sometimes I feel like they give so much and I'm like, what am I even doing? But I mean, in the end, we are giving content. That's all we can do. Like,
1,000,000%.
but yeah.
Totally agree.
Sorry, I had to say
No,
that.
great. But that's what I love about
Oh.
collab streams, is you also get to know other streamers and we can help each other grow, right? Or work on panels or just
Yeah.
meet.
Now, Eskea, you need to talk about. I'm not sure if this was your story, but
No,
the
it's not my
Eskea
story.
the company I want to hear about.
Yeah, tell us.
So I started streaming September 2016. September 1st. So I'm like a very, very OG streamer, I think. But I also have horses and a full-time job. And like I still don't stream full-time. I don't want to because I really like working in the games industry. But like that aside, so I've been working really hard as a streamer, and I think we can all relate to the fact that if you're working on something and like despite Twitch not being my full-time job, I still treat it as a full-time job because there are people that spend their time and sometimes even their money in supporting you. So I feel like it's only fair that we give back our best to entertain those people that are willing to spend their time with you. And then I wanted I wanted to get that elusive partner badge. And I worked for it for a very, 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 very long time. And I've gotten close many, many, many times. But I never actually managed to get there. And it was starting to really mentally drain me to the point that I would literally cry myself to sleep every night. At some point, I think I was completely burned out, depressed. It was taking a very big toll on me. I'm only sharing this because these are streamer stories, and I feel like there will be someone watching that will be in a similar situation. So I want to share this, but it will end on a positive note. So,
Yay.
I was it was like taking quite a toll on me. Like imagine like getting so close to something you want for so long, and it wasn't even like for me it was a personal goal. It wasn't about money or viewership or anything. I just wanted to be recognized for the hard work I put in for years. Like I would wake up at 7 in the morning, take care of the horses, go to work. After work, I wouldn't eat. I would stream. And then after stream, I would eat. I didn't take any time for myself for years. Didn't go to social gatherings. I avoided everything as long as I could stream. And I focused only on that for years. And then, I got closer and closer, and then it would still not happen. And then I started playing Baldur's Gate. It was really funny because my friend started playing it, and she was at the point where you meet Astarion. And I don't know what it was, but I saw the character, and I was like, I need to play this game like today, yesterday. And then my one of my viewers gifted me the game because at the time I just could not afford it. And I asked my friend, is it okay if I stream the game as well? Because you just started, and we share communities. And she's like, go ahead. So I start streaming this game, and I realize I'm kind of a horny, thirsty degenerate playing it. And I started getting like hundreds, 200s of viewers, and I was like, what the fuck is happening? What do I do? And then after almost 8 years, I did a Valentine's Astarion romancing speedrun, and I dressed up as Cupid. And at the end of that stream, I applied for partner in front of my whole community, and I finally got partners. So it took a very long time. It's especially like earlier you guys said about like you have no one to talk to. And when I talked to my friends about it, they would always tell me like, yeah, but you don't have to be a partner. Like I felt not validated by them because they didn't understand how important it was for me. And then when you start talking to streamers about it, they get it.
Yep.
They just get it. And then I felt like I've had some really, really bad experiences with moderators and viewers simply because I spent so much time being chronically online trying to get partnered that I completely started neglecting real friendships. So I started making a lot of online friendships, and then sometimes those viewers / moderators that are always there for you, they start to feel like they are your real friends when in reality they are not actually your friends.
No.
And well, some of them
Yep.
are, like, don't misunderstand me. There are some moderators that have become my very, very good long-term friends. But like, I started to notice those things, right? And then after all that time, I finally got my partner badge. And the funny thing about it is, though, like, I did feel from a very early on time that, because you guys wanted to know how I got into gaming, like, in the industry, I felt like despite not having the biggest community, I had cultivated quite the very tight knit community, and people would tell me how they felt heard, seen, or they felt included in a place where they felt like they weren't included otherwise because they were different, or not the standard kind of person or gamer. And but I accept them for who they are. And then I wanted to do something with communities, so I started applying for jobs in the games industry as community manager. But in the Benelux, more and more companies were closing down, and there weren't any community manager positions available. And then I was like, I'm just applying for jobs, and they were rejecting me because I had no experience. And then the company I work for now, my boss, he was like, I see something in you, and I want you to come work for us after 3 interview rounds. And the first thing I said was, "Are you sure?" Because, because I was flabbergasted that someone actually saw potential in me, because I was already like very frustrated with the Twitch stuff. And then he like hired me, and I've been there ever since, 3.5 years now.
Wow.
Congrats.
Because
I
of
love that so much.
Twitch. Because of
Yes.
Twitch,
It's amazing.
And now I've found myself a new hobby, because I used to write, and with Baldur's Gate, I got so like I absorbed the game so much, and I was so inspired by the immense writing that went behind the story of the game. So I got inspired to write again, and now I am 73,000 words into my first book in my fantasy series.
Wow. What
So-
what topic,
love
or is
that.
there nothing you can say yet?
Well, the short story is 3 people from our normal world. They go to sleep, and then all of a sudden they wake up in a completely different world, but they have no idea how that happened. And then they meet like creatures that will tell them, "You are here now, so we will take you somewhere
Okay.
so we can find out why you are here."
Okay.
And then they meet like a humanoid species that has magic, and then they will together try to find out how they came to be there and how they can come back home.
Okay, say no more. If you're
Nice.
finished, I would love to read it. I love fantasy
Yeah, that
stories.
sounds very interesting.
I do too. I do too.
That sounds really cool.
You're talking about like the partner thing, like not getting partner and the frustration and like crying about it and stuff like that. Like I think so people have to understand why it's like so personal, because I think Twitch
Yeah.
is like the only job that really feels like it's more about you than any other job. Like when I was working as a waitress, like if a customer was not that nice or something, it's like whatever. But on Twitch, if it's not going well, like I feel like there's something wrong with me as a
Yes.
person, because your
Yes.
stream is so much about you. And then yeah, if you have little viewers or you don't get a lot of support, then you think, okay, there's something wrong with me.
Yes.
And that's why not getting partnered and stuff like this feels heavy, it's difficult, and people, get sad and angry and frustrated because yeah, it's so personal.
Just saying,
I will-
everyone's the time frame of where you get from A to B is different for everyone.
Yep.
And it's not a race. That's all I
No.
want to say.
And I will agree with that. I will tell you that probably among this group, and I don't mean I feel like this sounds like a brag, and I'm not bragging. I got partner in under a year.
Impressive.
And
Mm-hmm.
It's not commonly heard of that happens. I have no idea how it happened. I got really, 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 really lucky. And I don't know why. But I don't think that it should ever be a race towards hitting partner.
Mm-hmm.
And quite frankly, I don't think there's much of a difference between being partner and not being a partner outside of
Mhm.
what SK talked about earlier with kind of how TwitchCon is felt, but like the perks are not that much more. So I question this drive and this push sometimes for people to um hit partner minus like when you've sat there and you've worked so hard. Like I've seen SK. I remember SK going through her partner push, and I remember sitting in her streams trying to help her, like even just support her through that,
Yeah,
being a
she's not
silent
kidding.
lurker.
She
But like
was
I would be
lurking.
I would be lurking in the background because I wanted to see her succeed. But I think that there's like this combination between people who don't get it and don't get like the drive, as well as people who find it completely ridiculous, and people who don't understand it, but also people who put so much into it
Mhm.
that it's almost destroys you, and it's kind of trying to
Yep.
find that balance, and it's really hard. It's
Yeah.
extremely hard.
Mhm.
Grays are hard to find.
Yeah.
I
Would
think there's a fun fact is that the Twitch CEO Dan actually got rejected on his first partnership
That's true.
application.
But most
Yeah.
people
I
get
got rejected
rejected on
twice.
their first
I got
partner
rejected too. I think
application.
twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yes.
And
Two
I think it's
times.
also important that people know, like the moment you hit that, what is it, 75 average views these days, and you apply, that doesn't mean that you get it. It means that
No.
they want to look and see if you have continuous numbers, and then you get
Yep.
rejected again, and it's absolutely terrible. And especially because you are comparing yourself to others. I was
Yep.
when I started streaming, there were a few streamers that some went way higher, some quit. A lot of people, when I started streaming, that were also streaming quit, and especially during Corona, because I already streamed then 2 or 3 years. There were a lot of different streamers that like were popping up, people that were falling off, and I would always look at the streamers that were doing better than me. That got partner faster, that got more gift subs, that got more community, higher views, etc. And I would be so upset all the
Mhm.
time. And then
Mhm.
one day I just switched. I don't know how. I wish I still knew. And I was like, it's not a race against others. It's a race
Yeah.
against, well, a race with myself, not against
Mhm.
myself, with myself. It's about what I'm doing, where I'm going, and it doesn't matter how long that was. And I remember celebrating that I had a whole month, 50 average views after I had 80 before, and thought I would go for partner, but I didn't. And then during
Right.
Corona, my numbers dropped because there were so many new streamers. And I was so upset about that because I only thought, why do they go to them and not to me? And later I thought, well, there's just more streamers, more people to watch. I also don't watch the same show every night. Um, and I was just looking at, okay, what can I improve about me and how can I grow and what are my goals and what can I celebrate? And my community knows I celebrate a lot because everything is such a personal milestone. Like next
Mhm.
month, I will have my 7-year Twitch anniversary,
Oh,
Eh,
wow.
which is like the day that I started this journey. And it doesn't matter that when I got affiliate or partner or whatever, it's 7 years since I started this
For
journey.
me
And
as
I
well, 7
That's
years.
amazing.
next month,
Now, like this month, like at the end of this month, so
that's so
pretty
cool.
close.
I love that we like
Crazy.
started at the same time.
Yep.
Um, yeah, and it's just you celebrate your community, you celebrate the moments that you have, and I just yeah.
Yeah.
I feel you. I had it this January. My numbers haven't been this bad in forever, and I just went time 3 months ago. But I have that every January, and luckily I had someone close by reminding me, like, Viv, every January you complain about how low your numbers are. And I'm like, it's something about January because November, December were epic months. And
Yep.
I have to keep telling myself, oh yeah, February might be better again. It's just this one month. And, I don't know how it is to struggle for 7, 8 years to get to partner. I was lucky to get it after 4 or 5 years.
Mm.
But I know that it was a struggle, and I also
Yeah.
worked full time, and sometimes, you know, the internet is really difficult because we all see the happy, joyful moments and the celebrations of everyone, but we never share that we're also crying in the corner. Or I once
Yep.
had a subathon for my 5 year anniversary, I think. I thought, let's do a subathon. And then after 3 hours, the timer ran out. So I had to end the stream.
I have been there.
And I didn't want to do that. And I was like, what? Why? Wait, why is the time gone? But I ended the stream because the timer ran out. And I was like, oh no. And then I cried. And I was like, I felt like such a disappointment. But that was just one moment, one thing that didn't go correctly. And that's why with 7 years anniversary, I will stream 7 hours a day for 7 hours a day for 7 days. No timer. We just unlocked it all because that's what we did the past 7 years. We unlocked all this time to celebrate. Yeah. I hope you can celebrate. Yeah, and with 7 purple outfits that I cannot buy. I need to already have them because I'm also a streamer, so I should not spend unnecessary money. Thank you, JD. But yeah,
Also, I want
yeah.
to say that it's unfair to compare to other streamers because, for example, I play a lot of like old games that have no viewership on Twitch, like Morrowind or like really, really like just dead
Yep,
games.
I play
So
Heroes
it's
of Might and Magic
unfair.
3 all the time.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like I started my first years, I played a game that had like it's not even possible to grow with that game, not even on YouTube. So like it's some streamers, they play like the newest games and then they stream 8 hours a day and they go on, and like those people have actually a chance of like growing to big streamers. Or then you can do something crazy like Miss Mika. She did this like crazy challenge runs and she blew up from them in Elden Ring. You know, did you guys see that she was on this big board in like somewhere in America, I think?
Oh
Like
yeah.
a clip.
That was,
That was
really amazing
insane.
to see
That
that
was just
happen.
like Twitch is that big.
Yeah.
1,000,000%. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that was
But
amazing.
the thing is, like, it's hard for you guys to understand because you were already partnered, right? But I couldn't just go do something else. I
No.
had to always stick to a strict schedule, play only the games that I had to play. Some days you didn't feel like it, but you had to play that game. You couldn't swap games because it would lose your viewership, and you're at 65 average. You cannot change it. And then
I've
you
been
get
there.
to the time, Elden Ring did super good for me. And then I finished Elden Ring and I wasn't there for I couldn't apply. I was on 74 average, but I couldn't apply. And then I had to swap games and it killed my viewership again. And then I was
I've
like,
been
great,
there.
let's try it again with the next one. And that kept happening over and over for years. You cannot imagine. I can't be like, yo, let's play Lethal Company with 20 people on stream. Couldn't do that.
No.
You can't do that.
That's
You
the thing
have
with
to
partner
stick
push.
to, yes.
The partner
But
push,
my
I think
partner push was
besides
years.
Curly, I don't know, Curly just got it, but I think like maybe Viev and me at least can relate to like they like just push. I don't know, maybe Curly, you as well had to do a partner push, or did you just get it like doing whatever? Did you ever feel like you had to do specific things to get to partner? You can be honest. I'm not mad at it.
It's totally fine.
Be
I mean,
honest.
everyone gets places different ways. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, I've been there. I had to do specific things to get partnered, and then I had a complete burnout afterwards. I just disappeared. It was terrible.
Yeah, I never did a partner push.
Curly, admit it, Curly.
No, no, I didn't. I didn't have to do anything.
Oh my god, I'm happy for you.
Yeah, honestly,
Yeah,
like
that's
one
great.
less person that has to suffer the way I did. I'm
Yeah,
happy
exactly.
for you.
No, it's seriously fine, Curly. Like you deserve
I-
it. Plus, you have been around on Twitch. Everyone already knew you. I had never been on
Okay.
Twitch before Twitch, for example.
Me neither.
So
So I guess this might be a good time to cut into my story.
Okay.
yes.
But I will tell you kind of how I actually got onto Twitch. I think I introduced myself a little bit earlier, saying that I used to be a ballet dancer. I did ballet for 30 years. And I am a data scientist. I have my degree in applied mathematics. I do a lot of my my full-time job is I sit and I work with large language models and generative AI And I use those in order to identify and measure risks and magnitudes of risks within my company and to try and mitigate those risks in various facets. And I love my job. I love what I do. I love the things that I'm doing, but I always had that creative side on the background, which is what I got from dance. And dance was something that was with me for 30 years. My job, unfortunately, forced me to move from my hometown to a new city that I have no family in. And when I moved, I couldn't find a place to perform anymore because all of the companies around the area had places that they forced people to dance and to take class and to be able to perform middle of the day, like between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Not like an hour, like 4 to 5 hours, because you'd have class and then you'd have rehearsal. And I couldn't do that. Like that's my livelihood. I moved to basically be for my job, and I can't turn to my job and be like, by the way, middle of the day, I need to go and dance for 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah.
So it just wasn't possible, and it broke my heart. I lost like a really big part of my soul, my identity, the thing that I loved. And, everybody's like, but you can still take classes. But when I had performed for 30 years, it's hard to stop and just take classes.
Yeah.
It's not the same. It doesn't give you that same rush of being, when I take classes, I took classes to be able to grow to the next level, to be able to push, to be able to make sure that when I actually got up to my performance, I was able to feel successful. And I took those classes to exceed my level. And so now it's like I'm sitting here and I'm like, what else am I working towards? And it would make me cry being in classes 30, not 13, 30. So it was just really, really hard to go through that and to go through that minutia. So actually, I came onto Twitch because my husband wanted to start streaming. He started streaming in December 2021. I remember this because I watched his first stream and I had no idea what Twitch was at all. And he was just like, I want to start streaming because I hate my job and I'm going to quit my job and become a full-time streamer. And I was
Oh,
like, okay,
wow.
before you do that, let's look at the finances.
Yeah.
And let's see what's going on. If you can make this much monies per month, you can quit your job and stream full time. And that's what our agreement was. He streamed. He started becoming more part of communities. I started following him and supporting him by meeting people, helping correct his stream. I was basically his community manager. So like I was his community manager. And so we were like sitting here and we were just like we were talking about it and I was like helping him. He hated it, but we really enjoyed the people that we started surrounding ourselves with. And one day, actually, he was working, and I was like, "You know what? Fine. Since you're working and you wanted to stream this day, I'll take over your stream." So I took over his stream. I played Elden Ring for the first time because this was, I think it was like March or April 2022. So he stepped away. I took over. I doubled his viewership that he ever had, and I increased his follower count quite significantly just by me taking over his stream. And he was just like, I'm done.
Oh no.
His dream.
So he doesn't
Yes,
stream anymore?
No. He also didn't like the backseating. He hated when people would tell him that he was playing a game wrong, and he's just like,
Oh
can
yeah,
go
but
F off.
I mean,
Everyone
who
can handle
likes
it.
that?
I don't know. There's some people.
Yeah, okay, fair point.
So he just like had enough of it.
Oh.
And I decided when we moved and I didn't have anything, I was like, you know what? I hadn't been able to find anything for dance yet, so I was going to give myself some time. But while I was lurking, I was like, oh, you know what? I don't play games. I really love playing games. Like when Drew and I had started playing games together, like we started playing Diablo together, just him and I. I love this, and I want to devote some time to playing story games that I've never been able to play before because, again, I loved Portal 2. I loved Portal 1, and I was like, I don't have time because I spent so much time in a dance studio. I spent so much time playing, I spent so much time studying, getting my master's degree. I was finally able to relax, and I was like, I will start playing games and I will spend one day a week on Twitch playing games for 3 to 4 hours. That way I can just enjoy some game time for myself. It holds me responsible, so that way I'm streaming, I can do it. And it's just like playing games with friends. So I did that. One day turned into 2, which turned into 3 days, which turned to this has taken up my entire life.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was, I started May 2022. So I'm coming up on my 3-year anniversary soon. So I'm a baby.
Well,
That is
I
so
love
awesome,
how you
Carly.
just hijacked your
That's
partner's
crazy.
Yes.
dream.
But all this to say is like never stop trying things. Because like even if I hadn't started streaming, I wouldn't have realized what better place I am. I have met so many amazing people from this platform. Like
Yep.
Emo is one of my friends that I adore and I think the world of. Like I've known Eskea, I know of Viev, and I've known so many people through this platform that I absolutely feel very honored. And I have formed relationships better than I've ever had in my entire life. Like
Yep.
through that depression that I had with moving, not being able to stream, I had really, really, really close friends through dance that I am not close with anymore because we don't have that connection anymore.
We took over.
And yeah, they took, not only did you guys take over, but you guys were there to support me when they weren't. And I
Yep.
learned what true friendship was because I've always been that person who takes myself out and really asks people like, hey, are you okay? Is everything all right? Like I know Emo has experience where I've just like reached out to her and been like, hey, is everything all right with you?
I'm like, Curly, shut the heck up. I'm good.
But like I've always been that kind of person who does that. And
Mm.
I have found, and nobody has ever reciprocated that with me. Nobody's ever been there to like make sure I'm okay. But Twitch, I have found those people who do.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
people who reach out to me, who actually care about how I am and who actually see that. And it's the best thing I could have ever done for myself and for
Yep.
my own mental health as well.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
also
I'm
met my
much
best
more
friend from
confident.
Twitch. Yeah. Twitch has definitely introduced me to like some of my favorite people in life. Like I sometimes like talk badly about like technology and modern technology and stuff like that. Like, oh, the good old days before the cell phones and stuff like that. But meanwhile, I'm a Twitch streamer as a job, and I met my best friends and
Yeah.
even my partners through the internet. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's
It's amazing.
it's amazing.
Yeah.
Lovely. What a
So that
beautiful
was my
story
story.
about. I always wondered how you went from being a ballet dancer to streaming, and I now
Yeah.
finally know.
It sucked.
Thank you so much for sharing your
No clue. I
story.
didn't
Everybody always
hear that
asks.
before.
Yeah.
But your partner, husband, is a big part of your stream. Fun fact: my partner
Oh, yeah,
is
true.
in fact banned on my channel. I think twice. Has been banned
Why?
twice. I don't know. I didn't know who he was, and he was annoying. But he was just trolling. So
You didn't know it was your
I don't know.
partner you're streaming? You
no,
banned
he
him?
had like an account that I didn't know it was him. But then at some point when I was hanging out with him, I saw his Twitch. I'm like, wait a minute. But I don't. He doesn't take Twitch seriously. Like
Yeah.
he's like but I mean, anyways, I don't want my real friends and stuff to watch my stream because I think on stream I am like the most myself in a way. I don't talk about my private life and stuff like that, but it's like the only place where I can really be me because if people don't like it, they can just leave. In real life, when we hang out with family, with friends, at work, in all of circumstances, we have to be a bit filtered. We have to be a bit careful how we are because
Yeah.
like if I say something stupid, then it's going to be really awkward. And then, these people can't just leave at like work and school and, even the army and stuff like that. So yeah, Twitch is like the only place I can really be me. If someone doesn't like it, then they can leave because there's a lot of amazing creators out there that maybe their community is better for them with, all respect. So I think that's why I don't like people from school or from work, or like I don't want anyone, like when I was in the army, like I didn't want anyone to know I'm streaming. Of course they found out, but it's just awkward because I don't want them to see how I really like I am when I'm like free and can be me and say what I think, and it's just awkward. So I just don't want anyone in real life to watch my Twitch.
That's interesting. I this is actually a question as well. Um, so yeah, I stream a lot with my IRL best friend, who was my friend
Oh,
way
cool.
before I streamed, and I've had my best friends being a guest on stream and other friends as well, and they didn't know Twitch that well. And I mean, my best friend, I think he stopped at the start of the stream. It's like 77 months. He's been here from the beginning, and he
Wow.
just decided to never leave. Um, so for me, I love showing this because here in my room, I am who I want to be, which is way more confident. There he is, Rick. I'm way more confident here than IRL, and I'm slowly becoming more confident IRL. So I've been through this whole journey of feeling me. However, when I worked at a high-end job at a big company, corporate American job, and I would, people would say, "Hey, what's your hobby?" And I would say gaming. They're like, "Oh, okay. I think gaming is a waste of time." And I would be, "Oh, this is gonna be a fun conversation." So
Oh
there
my
was only
God.
one person that knew that I was streaming, and especially the cosplays. I once had a colleague, I was like, man in his 50s who I was having a conversation with about work, and after a while he said, "Yeah, and I found your Instagram, and I didn't know you were also a Viking. What is that about?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I went to Norway to do like a Viking cosplay shoot." Uh, and then I felt a little bit ashamed. But then he said like, "Oh my God," he didn't say "Oh my God," but that's like how I remember it. But he complimented me on that, and he was like,
Aw.
"That's so cool." And um, my son, he's into this game about Vikings, and we started talking about it. And I never said I'm a streamer or anything, but I did really have this feeling with him, like, "Oh yeah, maybe you should give people, a second chance sometimes in how they think about you." But no, at my work, I didn't want anyone to see this
Yep.
me, because we are a lot more free. But like my mom also hangs out in my stream. Doesn't understand
My
it
mom as well.
completely. She says like, "Oh my God, I got the stickers again," when she gets a gift sub. And she's like, "Do I have to use these stickers? Do you get money if I use the stickers?"
That's
Um,
my mom, literally. She has no
yeah,
idea what is going on.
but she does stream with me quite often. We've done like
Aw.
multiple collabs, and then she's my marketing manager because she says, uh, "Why haven't I heard that sound for a while? The for the her." And I'm like, "What? For the horde?" And that's the gift sub alert. And she's like, "I haven't heard that sound. Can we hear it again?" So like, yeah, I really love sharing this with my family
Aw.
and friends as well.
My family is supportive, and my like closest friends are supportive.
Yeah,
And I also met, everyone I met through Twitch. I don't mind them watching my stream,
yeah.
but I think just like there's certain people you just don't want, like people from school or like army or something. Like I don't want them to, I'm streaming.
Yeah. How's that for you, SK? Because you, of course, work in gaming. Do people also watch your stream, or do you try to keep that separated?
Well, my coworkers, I feel like they play games, but they're not as hardcore as I am a gamer. So one of my coworkers will rarely, sometimes when I have like a special stream, just say hi and support. Um, but the others, they don't watch Twitch, don't care about Twitch, and they always let me talk all the Twitch stuff when they need it for work. So they just trust me on that. So I'm kind of glad about that too. Unfortunately, my dad sometimes shows an interest, and he has seen me romance Astarian. And for your information, he is Muslim, so that was an awkward
my.
conversation to have afterward. Like it was really sweet that he watched the speed run thing for the partner application to support me, and then we
But
had
it
an
might not have been the best stream for your father to watch. Yeah.
yeah, we didn't really talk for like a little while. But yeah, that was sweet. And like my parents were not like super supportive in all honesty. They kind of thought Twitch was a waste of time, even though I have a really good paying job now because of Twitch.
Yeah.
But recently my mom sacrificed herself, and for my my first ever subathon, I'm kind of poor, so I wanted to get my driver's license, and my community helped me get the funds for that. So I did a subathon.
Wow.
Um, and my mom said like, okay, you can involve me. So at the 500, we set the my mom plays Elden Ring
How did
goal,
that
and it
go?
didn't take long to reach that because people really wanted to
Oh.
see that. And she did the tutorial area, and she got torrent, and I think she did a really good job because she'd never played a game in her life.
Wow, that's such a
That's
fun
amazing.
goal.
So, but I will say afterwards, she was really impressed because my community was super sweet. They like asked her a ton of questions, and she answered all of them. And she like after that, I asked her like, so what do you think?
Yeah.
Twitch is not just playing video games, right? It's different, right? Like the amount of money you raised for me to be in that stream helps me get my driver's license. And what do you think? And she was like, oh, it's actually kind of nice. Like everyone was so friendly, and they asked so many questions, and it was so nice to me. And now she wants to come back. So
Okay.
it's like I think that the once they find out how that stuff actually works, and that there's real people that you are talking to while you are doing this, like it makes it a lot different than when you don't know what Twitch is and you just hear about it.
Yeah. Wow,
So it's a
that's
really
impressive
really cool,
from your mom
yeah,
to join as
yeah,
well. And glad
yeah.
that she now understands a little bit better why this is so important to you.
Yeah, she gets it now that she's experienced it. It's definitely different than when you just watch it.
Absolutely. I used to hide Twitch from my like parents, like but then at some point my dad came over and saw a stream deck on my desk and was like, what is a stream deck? And then I was like, okay, dad, I stream, but look, it's nothing weird. It's just I play games, I'm fully dressed, and people give me money, and look, I get money. And now he's like very supportive. He's like, how is streaming? Have you been streaming? And my mom is also like calling, like if I don't stream, she's like, are you okay? Like, why are you not streaming? Like everyone is super
Yeah.
supportive. But I'm sure like it's also a financial thing, I would say, because they know like I can live with this. So it's if I
Yeah.
just otherwise it maybe be different, but they're supportive.
I love that.
Well, they've also like your mom has also let you use her kitchen, right, for some of your cooking
Yes.
streams.
I have streamed in her kitchen, and I have also called her if we have reached like a sub goal or something. Like if something crazy has happened on my stream, I will call my mom on speaker and be like, "Mom, they just gifted a lot of subs," and she will say, "Yay!" in
Oh,
Swedish.
that's so cute.
It's like a fun thing we do if something crazy happens. I always call my mom and tell her on phone.
Yeah, because
That is
you,
so sweet.
you said something life-changing happened to you on stream
Yeah.
last month, I believe. Do you want to talk about that for a little bit?
I don't like talking. I never said what it was because I didn't want I don't know, to flex or like, I know how it is to be a streamer. When you see someone do super well financially or something, you compare. But yeah, like we just got like a lot of subs. I think I got like
You
I have
don't have
never
to
got
talk
in my
about it if you
entire,
don't want, by the way.
I don't know, I don't remember. It was like over 500 subs in an hour and like 50,000 videos. Like it was just like a lot of support just in 1 hour. More support than I get in months, in just an hour. And it was life-changing for me, of course, because it's that will allow me to stream many months. Like all of the money I get from streaming goes to, like I save it so I can stream the next month and the next month. And that's kind of how I do it, to make
It's
sure
not
I can do it.
Yeah, you have to make sure that you can sustain yourself. So this just
Yeah,
gives you
exactly.
the freedom to not stress about the financial aspect for a little bit.
and
Absolutely. And it's
it's
also
not
giving me,
flexing, by the way.
well, I don't
You've
know,
earned it.
Yeah, well, still, I didn't, I feel like I know how it can be a streamer. Sometimes we compare, and it's kind of terrible how we can see how other people are doing sometimes because we start to compare. But yeah, it was just people were extremely generous. I got very lucky in my communities. I'm very, very grateful. They allow me to have my dream job, but they don't only allow me to have my dream job, but they allow me to have freedom, like, for example, traveling because of volunteering and stuff like that. If I had a full-time job, I would never be able to travel over there and do these volunteer things I'm doing. So it's more than just that. I think that's also why a lot of people support me, because they want to support like my volunteer journey. But yeah, it's life changing. I call it life changing because
It
it's a
makes your
dream come
life,
true.
yeah, stress free. That's a change.
Exactly. And
I will
yeah, I
say
love streaming.
something on I will say something on the whole, the comparison thing. I will say comparison is the thief of joy. Plain and simple. I know
Absolutely.
Sorry,
that's
it's what?
such like a thief of joy.
Oh,
Comparison is the thief of joy.
yeah, it
When
is.
you sit there and you compare yourself to others, you're never going to stack up. Mainly because of the fact that when we do that, we end up forcing ourselves to not really have, well, first of all, our comparisons are never going to be fully equal. My comparison to Emo, comparison to SK, it's comparison to Vibe, it's never going to stack up.
We
None of
all
us are
have
the same.
different
All of us have
journeys.
different
Everything different.
journeys.
Yeah.
We're in different locations. We have different attitudes. We have different setups. We have different ways that we conduct our stream, different everything. It's never going to be the same. And you can never compare yourself to others because other people have different walks of life. And so I will say, and I will implore to anybody, don't look at Twitch tracker.
Also, sorry guys, I'm a
Don't
little bit distracted by the hype train. I'm
You're
so
fine.
sorry.
You're fine. Don't look at
Absolutely,
Twitch
Curly.
tracker. These kind of things just sit there, and when you start to compare yourself, it starts to force you down a deep, dark hole of despair.
Yeah.
You're in.
Absolutely.
I completely agree. Like I said earlier this episode as well, there was a time where I was constantly comparing myself and I got so unhappy. And I yeah. I think this is absolutely better to focus on yourself and try not to compare and be happy for others. Because Emo, when I
Yep.
saw your message, I was so happy for you. And I didn't think,
Aw.
why not me? Or when I or whatever, I was like, oh my God, I love this for you because I know how much cool work you do. And
I
I
appreciate
mean,
that.
I just
Yeah.
like you as a person as well. And I just think it's really cool that you, well, at least have a little bit of financial freedom for
Absolutely.
the next month.
Yeah, I'm
Depending on,
incredibly grateful.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like I can't even every day. I am so grateful. Like, it's just being able to play games for a living. Like, it's like
It's
it's
a
surreal.
dream. Yeah.
I love streaming, it's something like I would do for no money at all, but the fact that I can do it as much as I do is just,
Yeah.
there's no words to explain how much that means to me. It's like these people, there's just, like Twitch also makes me see like the best of people. I would say like the culture here is just so amazing and people are so kind. Like, look what's happening in Viev's chat right now, and like people are just
Yeah, I said there would be
donating.
no alerts today because I want to focus on you guys, but it's
No, this is amazing. You see, this is what I mean. Like, it's just insane. Like how people are so kind and they want to support us doing this. And it's just a weird concept, honestly. Every time I explain this to a person that doesn't understand Twitch, they're always like, "What? Like, you have to do something? Like, are you wearing clothes? Like, what are you
Yeah.
doing?"
yeah,
It's just
that
very
is the
weird.
weirdest thing when I explain to people, and then we go to Curly about, do you share this with people in your real life that you're a streamer,
Oh.
and with who?
So, I don't hide it the way that I used to. I used to not even tell my job. I used to not even tell my job. I would say in the last 6 months to a year, I've been talking about it a lot more, and I share it with it because this is such such a instrumental part of my life. I love it. It's something that I've been growing more and more and more. It's something that one day I hope to become my full-time job, that I'm trying to work towards doing. But I share it with people. I don't tell people directly my name all the time. I don't tell people when I'm going live. I explicitly do not let people call me Curly IRL, who I know
Yep.
IRL. My brother tried to do that one time, and I almost backhanded him. Was like, no.
Oh yeah, I
have
could
the
even
same
imagine.
thing.
My name is just Viev. So for my
Oh,
friends I'm
really?
Viev, for my mom I'm Viev, and on Twitch I'm
No
Viev.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
no, I
amazing.
also have the same with the name. I don't allow anyone in chat to call me, like, for example, Nea, because some people call me that in real life. And, like, I want to separate the worlds a little bit, like my private life and my
Oh.
gaming life. I don't know why you, Curly, specifically feel like the Curly thing. Why you're not allowing people to call you that in real life?
I don't know. I don't really feel like it feels weird to have it. I also feel like my brother says it very condescendingly. So there's that.
Oh, I
Yeah.
understand that. Like, my friend called me an influencer yesterday and was like, what did you say?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
never
So I
call
do
me
feel
that
like
again.
yeah, I do feel like there's a sense of like condescending nature to it that I just
I
am
get
not a
it.
big fan of. I think that there's that. I also just like to separate myself a little bit more. I think that
Exactly.
when I like I have a different name that people call me depending on who you are.
Yeah.
Yes,
Um,
same.
and I have a personality attached to different names.
What
Yeah.
does that mean? Wait, personality?
I will tell you that like I think that my personality on stream is extremely myself. Like very, very, very much myself. I'm maybe a little bit dialed up to 11 in terms of my energy is a little bit higher because I think that once we get in front of a camera, it becomes that way. Like naturally, we
course,
all
a
do
bit.
it.
Yeah.
Name one person who's not, and I will call you a liar.
Yep.
My IRL actual legal name that I have, which I will tell you, it's Amanda. I don't really care. That is my professional name.
Yeah. So
That
then
is
you
my
have
name
your
that whenever
work
yes, then I have my work
personality. Yeah.
personality,
Exactly.
which all of a sudden, especially because of the fact that I am a woman in STEM, my voice decreases by an octave or two. My tone is very stagnant. I don't have a lot of inflection in what I say. And I have to do that. I've learned it's a learned behavior, but I have to do it. And then my personality with my friends and my husband and all these other things is different in terms of just it's just more it's still I would say closer to my stream personality, but just not as dialed up to 11.
Sense. Of
So,
course,
and I
we're
have
That
a
makes
different
a
different
for
lot
name
of
for that.
everyone.
sense. Yeah. You have
Yeah.
your
E-
stream
even, you know, in
that
personality, your
sense-
family member, your yeah.
Yeah.
Job. No, but I
It's
think it's
different.
hard to define what
Separate.
is being yourself, I would say, because, well, okay, what is it myself when I lay on my couch eating chips and watch, like, reality TV? Is that myself? Like with all of my friends, I'm, of course, a bit different. Like, I will always be honest and well, as authentic as I can be, but I think people affect us differently. Like when I'm with my dad, I'm completely different than when I'm with my mom, or when I'm with, you know, my closest friends. Like even with them, like it's people affect us energy-wise differently.
Yeah.
So,
Right. 1,000,000%. 1,000,000%. And
you know, on
I
stream,
think
of
that's
course,
what
as
I
well.
mean by it is that, you know, everybody's energies is a little bit different. How I have
Yep.
to carry myself is a little bit different as well.
That's fine. There's
Um,
nothing wrong with
and
that.
no, I'm not saying that there is. I'm just saying that
Yeah, no.
I think that because of that, there's a little bit of in my head, I've assigned almost like a name to the personality.
No,
And
I
that's
agree.
really
Then
nice
on the
if you
same
have
page.
a name that's not actually your name on Twitch as well. Because then
Yep.
you can
Mhm.
easier do that as well.
It's funny, in
Mhm.
my case, everyone already knew me as Eskea. In the Benelux, every streamer knows me. But now that I work professionally, they will still email me, "Yo, Eskea, can I get a key for that game?" They never use my real name, even though it's in my work mail, you know? Like, it's so funny. And then they'll get these super long, very detailed, very professionally written, like, requests for a certain video game. But they'll still say like SK. It's so funny.
And
No,
would
I
you
love
prefer
it.
it if people would use your professional name when they email you professionally, or do you think
I really don't care. I just need
Matter.
them to email me because I want everything to be like on the record.
Yeah.
I never want to take advantage of my professional position in any way. So like I don't care what you call me as long as you email me so that I have a record of you requesting a game, right?
yeah?
But I used to be scared of people calling me by my real name. Because everyone always says it wrong because I have an Arabic name and
Oh.
I've never met anyone that even has the same name, but they still call me Eskea anyway, so it's fine.
No, but I think people in chat can also relate to this. Not only streamers, this entire like. So if you have ever been in gaming, like FPS community or something, then people will call you. The gaming friends will call you your gaming
Yeah.
name.
Yeah.
And in real
Yeah.
life,
Sure.
like I have had some ridiculous name that my friends I met through gaming will call me in real life. Like I'm not even gonna tell you the ridiculous names. But then when you have heard it enough, it's just casual. Like you just
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
just a
It
name.
is, but then unless you talk about them with people who are not that familiar, so
They're
because
like,
I'm now a
what?
full-time streamer, I talk a lot about my stream and I'm talking about like all these names and you have a mod of mine name is Ducky. So I'm saying
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, and I had this chat with Ducky and I was doing this and that and that.
Exactly.
So I was like, Ducky, is that a
like,
name? And I'm
Ducky?
like, yeah. And
No, exactly. That's what I
and
mean. Everyone can relate to this, I think, from gaming
it's
specifically.
just who you
Yeah,
are. And
sure.
also we have I have 2 meetups per year, FIFCon and FIF. I did not come up with the names. And then I also call everybody by their Twitch name. And some people say, don't you know my real name?
Excellent.
And I'm like, yes, but to me, you are this. But yeah, some people would like it when I say their real name. So I'm trying to learn that, but it's yet another name in my brain. So yeah, but it's like this is now your name. You pick a name on Twitch and it becomes you a little bit, I guess.
Yeah.
It does.
It's really
Yeah.
crazy. I want to introduce the next question, if you guys don't mind. Also, chat, thank you so much for the level 11 hype train.
11.
Woohoo!
Ooh.
Weirdos, don't do this right now. I'm trying
Yeah,
to have
no
a
alerts.
conversation.
Everyone goes crazy.
Oh my god. But yeah, thank you. So I would like. Thank you. I would like to ask the question: how do you manage your time between streaming, gaming, personal life, work, and hobbies? Because I think that's something that a lot of streamers, I have struggled a lot with, especially going towards like a burnout. So it's also a topic that I would like to discuss a little bit more because for a while I worked full time. I was streaming. I was doing some advice work. I was doing a lot of things. I was starting to miss my personal friends, but I also not anyway. I was very bad at finding that balance, and it's still a process that I'm working on learning. So I would love to hear how you guys are dealing with that, and if yeah, SK, you already started a little bit about the journey when you were pushing for a partner. How do you feel that you're dealing with this balance right now?
I hyper schedule every moment of my life because then I can get stuff done. Like I wake up at 8, I feed my horses in the morning, and then at 9 I start work. In my lunch break, I prepare my dinner and I meal prep. When I finish work, like on Wednesdays I stream in the evening, and then I have like 30 minutes, and then I stream, and then it doesn't matter for the rest of the day. But on the days that I don't stream, I have to clean stuff. I have to write. I spent like research and like lore building, that kind of stuff. So if I don't schedule that, like a fixed schedule, it will not work for my brain. Like if I don't put it in an agenda or a to-do list, I will not do it. Like somehow my brain needs to have that scheduling aspect. So yeah, I just know what I'm gonna do for that day, and then I do that.
And
Like I don't know how.
no, that
how
sounds
else-
really good. That sounds like a very
Yeah.
good plan. And
Yeah.
do you feel like you've accomplished that balance as well? That there's enough time for the things you want to spend time on?
Well, like I wouldn't say it's a luxury position because I still work full time, but I work on fixed hours. And
Right.
I am very grateful. I get to work from home most of the time. I only go to the office in Amsterdam like once a month. So I work from home. But you know, I stream on Wednesdays and then on Saturdays and Sundays, but then I do really long streams. So on Monday, I do whatever I want. That's
Yeah.
like my free day. On Tuesday, I'm in my friend's streams. On Thursdays, I'm in my friend's streams. But I still write in between.
Yeah.
And then on Friday is another one of those do what you want after your chores are done, mind you.
Yeah.
So and then every once in a while I'll be like, you know what? I'm taking the Saturday off. I'm going to meet up with a friend. I'm not streaming today. And
That's good.
before
Yeah.
my partnership, I didn't do that because I was scared. But now I don't care anymore.
I'm so
I
happy to hear that you
will
also
take
take
it.
time for yourself.
Yes, now I do that. And
Yeah.
I feel like never ever feel bad for taking a day for yourself and canceling a stream. You need a day for yourself, self-care. Even if you don't do shit that day, just you need days
Yeah.
off. You
Yeah.
have to recharge someday. Never feel bad about that. Your viewers get it, they understand, and I used to not understand that they understand, but now I get it. So
I'm so happy to hear that. Awesome. And thank you for sharing the whole hyper scheduling. Curly, you also have both a
Yeah.
job and a streaming career and hobbies, partners, partner.
Yes.
Sorry. And tell
Yeah.
me, how do you find that balance?
So not without a lot of griping. Actually, it's taken me a long time to figure it all out. I've had a lot of discussions with Drew, my husband, about how to work on all of this. When I first started streaming, and again, I was in a depression because I had lost dance. I spent so much time on Twitch that it became detrimental to my psyche as well as my relationship with him. Um, and I think in some ways it did help with my growth, as much as I hate saying it, but it did. Initially because I met so many great people. But I spent a lot of time in like literally the same channels because I was like meeting people and hanging out with people, and I just wanted to be involved in that specific area, and that's it. And it just was like it helped me not deal with all of my depression that I was dealing with when I was going through all of that. Which is a lesson that if you are spending far too much time on Twitch, everything within moderation, please and thank you. But I learned I sat down with Drew and my therapist, and we wrote down a schedule. We wrote down a schedule of things that I need to do, things that I want to do, and things that I like basically kind of we and how much time I have during the day, like how much each item took. So I put down my schedule. I put down my work time. I work 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. 5 days a week. Then I put down the days that I stream. So I stream Monday, Wednesday evening, and Saturday morning. I put down what I need to do extra for stream, if I need to do any sponsored content, if I need to do any sort of planning for a specific stream, like I'm doing some sort of celebration stream or something like that. If I need to do that, how much time am I going to devote towards that, towards setting up my stream, towards making advancements, any of those things. And then I put in the important things, making sure I schedule time with my puppies, because I love my puppies. I love my puppies more than anything else in the entire world. And of course, spending time with Drew is more important to me than anything else in the entire world as well. So I scheduled those important things. And the other things I found time for was like things that I wanted to do, playing games, spending time on Twitch, chatting with friends, getting to know people. It's kind of one of those things where I put in secondary, because as much as it is important in some regards, most importantly is my own mental health. And I implore anybody to do that and to schedule to understand your schedule, similar to what SK did about, I have a very strict schedule. It's important to understand that you need time away. I spend every Sunday, I don't do anything for Twitch. If I want to go on Twitch and talk to people, that's fine. But I don't do anything for like actually planning for the next week, because I want to spend time with Drew. I want to play games with him or go somewhere if we want to go somewhere and not feel like I have to be burdened by something specifically. I spend one day off, just not
That's really
doing
good.
anything. Yeah.
Nice. Thank
So
you
I
for
always do
sharing. So
that.
again, hyper scheduling seems to be the key.
It works.
To also making sure there's some time, things that you want to. Yeah, I
I
just
think
saw.
that's an important life lesson for everybody, though.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm gonna
make
work
sure
on
that
my
you focus
schedule,
on
I
the things that
guess.
you need that are
Yeah.
important to you. Planning's important.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, planning is important, especially the things that you sometimes forget to plan, like spending time with your partner, your puppy, friends.
Mm-hmm.
I saw in chat,
And I'm going
Cianto
to.
made a message. The
Yeah,
same
I was
goes.
gonna say that.
Oh, you also, yeah, I wanted to also say that same goes for viewers. It's okay if you aren't there for every single stream. I always try to make it a point when people say, "Oh, sorry, I can't be there next time." Like I stream 6 or 7 days a week, so I would never want people to be there every single.
Mm.
Because it's just I'm making content in the hopes that you guys like it. If you're not there, that's completely fine. If you're there, I love
Yeah.
it. If you're going on vacation, send pictures in the Discord if you want to make time
Yes.
for that.
Yeah.
But also don't
Yes.
feel like you have to do that. Um, and yeah, I think the most important thing is like no streamer should want you to be there every single time.
Yeah.
That's not
Mm-mm.
support. It's support
It's
because you want to be there at
parasocial.
the moments that you want to be.
It's unrealistic.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I want my viewers to like go out and do things and have real friends they meet, see their family, have experiences. Like, yeah, it's good for us streamers if you're always here, but I don't want to
Mhm.
encourage that kind of like, I guess, parasocial behavior as well. Like, just like I want to encourage my audience to go out and do things, even if
Yeah,
that pulls down my viewership. You can always leave a lurk, like if
same.
you really want. But I love to always hear what people are doing. My community, there are some really cool people that have interesting jobs and hobbies and stuff. So yeah.
Mhm.
And Emo, how do you deal with the whole work, live stream, life, everything balance?
So for me, I have a few things to say. So I would say like as a full-time streamer right now, it's like pretty like easy in the way that I don't have to worry about job and streaming. I used to work like a part-time job next to streaming. But yeah, I think I used to hyper schedule, but I am a perfectionist. I'm a raging perfectionist, and it was not good. It was not healthy, and it didn't work for me because if I planned, I need to go live on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay, so if I planned I go live at this time, at this day, and then I didn't, I was late by 1 minute, or I couldn't do it one day, I freaked out and I thought I was a failure. And I was like, well, I'm not gonna go live then at all because I missed 1 minute. So now I just realized that like I go live when I can, because then it removes the stress of perfectionism. Like I have this like perfectionism problem. So like I know it's stupid, but yeah, I just
It's
felt
not
like
stupid.
if I
It's
didn't keep my
not
schedule,
valid.
yeah. So I think for me, I had to fight this perfectionism issue. I just thought, I go live between 3 or 5 every single day, and you know what? It hasn't changed anything viewership wise, actually, at all. So like I still have the same amount of viewership than if I went exactly the same time every day. But yeah, I'm addicted to streaming. I love streaming so much. Like I need to force myself to actually go outside and see people. But I like going to the gym, so I go to the gym in the morning, then I cook, then I stream when I'm done with all of that. But yeah, like I will say that for everyone, not only streamers, but for viewers as well, like this demon, this one, when you actually start putting it away and like doing one thing at a time, like I think it removes so much stress from many things. Like when I'm at the gym, I am just at the gym and work out. When I'm streaming,
Right.
I'm just streaming. When I'm with my friends, I'm just with my friends. Like this thing will add so much stress and so much, just you're never there really, and you're not doing anything properly either. So I think for me, like getting away from my phone has been like pretty like I guess life changing. I don't know if that's stupid to say, but it's
Oh,
just
no,
like
no,
Definitely.
doing
not
one
that.
thing at a time
I find
is
it
really
very
important
difficult
for
to
me.
not be on my phone during
Yep.
normal days. But last year, I first vacation in forever where I was not with family and not making content, but I went to Norway to sail for 2 weeks pouring rain. Um, but it was absolutely life changing to figure out. Like, of course, I made some pictures, I made some short content. I guess I still did, but like it was a very small part of the day, and it was also for me really nice to finally just only be with nature and spend time
Exactly.
with the people that were on the boat, which were all like people that are in their pension age, because I mean it was a bit of an expensive trip, and 2 weeks in Norway in the rain is apparently not what the youth wants to do.
Yeah,
But
of
I
course
loved
not.
it because I could listen to all their stories and their life
Yeah, it's
experience, and
amazing.
you know, getting to know what they did in their lives. And psychologist in Germany who works a lot with people at psychosis, and so interesting
Mm.
about that. And yeah, I think
Listen to people.
it's good to every now and then fully go offline and try to, yeah. So I try
Absolutely.
to go on walks
Yeah.
every now and then and leave my phone at home. Um,
Yeah.
I
And it
mostly
also
fail at
encourages
that right
creativity.
now, but I try, and eventually I'll get there as well.
Yes, so sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was just gonna say that like it encourages also creativity. Like if I have my phone, like I can just stay on my couch for 5 hours if I have nothing to do and do this.
Yeah.
But then if I don't have this, I'm like, okay, what? Okay, I'm so bored. What am I gonna do now? And then I'm more like encouraged to call a friend and go and see a friend or make a YouTube video or something.
Yeah.
Like I remember when I was a kid, I was so bored because I didn't have a smartphone back then. So I actually did things. I was writing and going to hang out with the neighbors and my friends, and I was being creative. Like now, if I just scroll on this, then I don't really feel encouraged to do anything or, be creative. So I think for me, like I mean, this question was that how I plan things or like schedule things in my life, but I think that just this I have so much more time because I have cut away my phone more. Like I have probably added like 6 hours to my life. So I feel like I fit more things into my life. So that's kind of how it like is related. If that does it make sense?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, 1,000,000%.
Yeah, it
And I
makes
agree.
sense.
I just
Mhm.
have
I
more
think that we
time right
all
now
need
to
to
do
spend
things.
time away
No,
from
what
things.
annoys me is when you finally make time to go out with friends and they're on their phone the whole time.
Oh,
Like,
I refuse to be with people like that.
yeah,
Like I
like
just
I make
can't.
it a point because it annoys me so much that my phone will not be used in the time
I
that
put it
I'm
in my
spending
bag.
time with a friend.
Yeah, no, I don't do that.
Yeah.
Everything I do, I put my phone away and I focus on it. And then in the evening, I'm like, whatever, I can scroll my phone a bit.
Yeah.
But absolutely, I think getting
Mhm.
rid of your phone is like not completely, but you get what I mean. Is adding so much time to your life,
Yeah.
and it also encourages creativity and actually doing
Mm-hmm.
things because we are so bored. We just want to do something.
True.
So yeah.
And that's actually a nice bridge to my next question. Because you were talking about creativity and all of that. And my next question is, what do you think that you apart as a
Oh.
Apart, like what makes us different?
yeah, what makes your yeah, not necessarily special because it can be something that a lot of different streamers also do, but what do you think your key there or your
For me, it's just the charity thing. I'm like a pretty big charity streamer, I guess, but I can't really come up with anything that would make me. What I hear from other people is that people appreciate my straightforwardness and like honesty and authenticity, maybe. Like I can be pretty straightforward that people find hilarious sometimes, but otherwise I can't come up with any like brand difference or
that sounds like
anything like
three
that.
pretty good examples.
Okay, good. I'm happy. I'm happy I had something to say about this. No, but otherwise, I don't know. I think streaming, we're all similar in some way. Like we kind of do it. We're variety streamers, so
I honestly disagree with you. I think that every
really.
single person is different. I think that every person has their own little unique things, and to say that we're all similar then makes us be able to have to compare ourselves. And I disagree.
No, I'm not,
I
not in a compare way, but I meant that I don't have anything. I can't come up with a thing to
But
say
you
that
just
this
said
makes me
four
different.
things.
You
You
just
do
said a couple of
charity,
things.
you're
Yeah.
direct, you are
Fair.
authentic. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I play games,
So
but yeah, I
We
guess
all
that
play
makes
games,
a
so we have a
difference.
lot in
Yeah,
common as
fair,
well, but we also have our things that makes us us.
fair.
Yeah.
hmm
So
Yeah, no, I
Curly, what
agree
would
with
it be
you.
for you? Do you know?
I have no idea. And that's something that I've always talked about myself, is that I have no idea what makes me different or separates me from other people.
Though.
But hold on, I'm not done. However, I do think that in some ways that makes it a little bit honestly, I think that's okay. That I don't know. I don't have
Yeah.
any idea of what makes me different. I do know that there are people who say things about, just my disposition and the way that I communicate with people and the way that I make people feel welcome within my stream
Yep.
is something that one, I strive for, and two, that I think is important for my own mentality as well as for what I care about in my own space. But I don't know. I think that I don't have, maybe it's, I don't want the hubris to sit there and over analyze what I think is good about being, because I always am afraid of becoming egotistical, and so I backslide and make it the opposite. And that's a lot of insecurities that kind of rooted in there. But I've also slowly learned that it's okay that I am not the same as everybody else, that I am a little bit different. And that's
Absolutely.
kind of what makes me unique. So
Am I allowed to say what I think makes you like unique, Curly?
no.
No, I'm not. No, okay, I just want not okay, not
No, she said
necessarily.
no, Emo.
Okay, no, I'm not gonna. Okay, fine. I just wanted to
No, you
appreciate
can say it.
Curly
You
for.
can say
I just
it.
wanted to appreciate you for connecting people. Like that's what makes you like. It always, everyone always talks about how you connect people.
True.
So yeah, I just wanted to say that's what I think makes you unique.
And you are very welcoming. Oh, indeed.
Absolutely.
And you're muted. Muted yourself on Discord, I see.
Oh,
Yeah, there you are. No,
Nope.
you're still muted. Huh?
that's weird.
We're all pro streamers.
Can
This
she-
doesn't happen ever to me on
Maybe
stream.
cable disconnection somewhere on the
Yeah.
mic.
Weird. Maybe Eskea can answer meanwhile.
Yeah. Thank you, Emo. SK,
the question-
could you
Yeah, sure. So I think people tend to like, I've had it often that people come into my stream and they'll be like, "Oh, I thought you were a bitch because you have such an angry looking face, but
People
you're
say
actually
that?
really nice." Yeah, it's happened countless times. And some of those people are like my regular viewers for years now, so I don't mind it personally. But they just tell me like I look angry permanently, but then they are actually surprised by how much of an open book I am. I very, very openly talk about mental health. And when I am depressed and I'm having an episode, I will straight up tell people. When people
Oh.
tell me, like, how are you doing? I'll just straight up say, like, not good today. Like, I know that a lot of people find it weird because everyone tends to always say, like, I'm good, even if they're not
Yeah.
good. But I've made it a point to just straight up say, no, I'm not that good today. And
That's
I just
nice.
want to do that because I want people to know that it's totally okay. If you're Curly, say something.
Something?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
here,
you're
you're
back.
back.
You're
Nice.
back.
You're back.
Perfect.
So
But yeah,
yeah.
I actually really love that about your stream. We had a talk about that. I don't know if you remember in your stream. I also struggle with depression, and I joined your stream and I said, "Hey, how are you doing?" Blah blah blah. And you said, "Not good," and I was like, "Damn, I love that."
I'm
That's nice.
an open book on that front. I also have some really shitty IRL things happening with my house and stuff. Everyone knows about it. That way, I don't have to explain myself when I'm having an off day. If I have an off day, they know. Chat won't
Yeah.
really ask me about it, and they'll be like, "Yo, your stream was really fun today," and it'll make me happy because they didn't make it a thing, and they just know how
That
I'm
is also-
feeling.
yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think that a lot of streamers definitely never openly talk about if they're feeling bad or anything. But
Yep.
I know that the people that come to my channel can relate to it. Like I talk about shitty mortgage stuff and house renovations. Like people will relate to that.
Yeah,
And
true.
I don't hide all my imperfections. I just share them. And I'm also pretty blunt, but let's be honest, I'm Dutch, so I will always just straightforward
Yeah.
like say my hot takes and stuff. So in that sense, I think that also my community asked my mom what she liked the most about me, and my mom said that I never lie. So I feel
Ooh,
like
I love
yeah,
that.
in that sense, I feel like I can't be more authentic than the way that I am on stream.
I love that. I love that. I think that's a great feature and good to have some. But that yeah, I love to not say how terrible I feel some days because this is my happy place, and I love to like
Yep.
just go with the flow and fake it till you make it. That works for me often. And sometimes I am also honest. And I think when I was in your stream and you had a bad day and you shared that helped me personally because I was like, oh, I'm not alone, you know? So I really enjoyed that about the conversation we had that day. That was really nice.
If we can, as entertainers, make one person feel like they're heard or seen, I feel like we've already done a good job.
True. Yeah, I also appreciate like that because I feel a lot of pressure to be like positive on stream. Like I have to be always like bringing people's days up. Does it make sense? So I don't want to share
Yeah.
too much negative
Yeah,
things. But I will
it
be
definitely
in the
makes
beginning of the stream.
sense.
I will say if I have a bad day, like, "Hey guys, I just want to say that things I'm tired or something." But yeah, otherwise I try to keep things positive for me and for others. But yeah, it's really nice that like you talk about like how you feel and stuff like that openly. Like and that you also made a good point about people can relate to it. So I really like that. I also love what you said about like you never lie. That is, I can't like I'm the same. Like I
No,
can't
not
lie.
everyone likes that,
Nah.
but I
No,
feel like,
exactly.
Not
there's
everyone.
millions
Absolutely
of other
not.
content creators. Have fun there.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
No, I think you and me we're very similar. Like now when I have listened to what you have been saying, like I haven't watched your stream. I follow you, but I don't know if maybe you stream at a bad time. I haven't seen you live, but for me a bad time. I didn't mean you stream at a bad time.
yeah, don't worry about
Let's
it.
have
Yeah,
been saying that you
but
stream at a
yeah,
bad time.
we're similar. We're similar people. I have what you have talked about. I can imagine.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay, Curly,
Curly, I'm
welcome
sorry.
back, by the way. It
Yeah.
works again.
Sorry, I don't know what happens. Randomly, my microphone will proceed to reduce my mic gain to like 7.
Oh,
Weird.
And I don't know why it's been doing that recently, but
Huh.
I've had to lock the settings to prevent it from randomly doing that. So
Happy you got it to work.
well, that's a nice bridge to a question I also had, so I skipped to and I go to that one. Streaming and tech problems. How
is it really a stream without tech problems?
Exactly.
Like
I don't know.
plain and simple.
All the time. So, what is your top 2, 3 worst moments with tech problems? How did you deal with that? Curly, do you wanna?
Sure, happy to start. I perpetually I would say at least 60 to 80% of my streams start with my microphone somehow disconnected.
Wait, what was the
Always.
question?
But not
Sorry, I didn't hear.
muted, but
No,
disconnected.
no, muted because it's not connected to my OBS source for some reason.
Oh yeah. I start a lot of streams muted because I clicked the wrong button and I mute myself. But that's
I think the worst though is definitely when my stream will randomly crash and there's literally nothing I can do about it. I think that's the most frustrating, and it's either a system issue with OBS or some sort of issue with the Twitch servers, and there's nothing I can do about it. And 99% of the time, I just want to cry.
Especially when you
It's so
get like a
frustrating.
big ass raid and you're like
Oh my
super
God.
excited and then boom, no stream.
Oh my god. I had my
It's
biggest rate
terrible.
ever was when Miss Mika rated me one day with like 1,000 viewers and I was playing Hogwarts Legacy and then my keyboard and my mouse no longer worked and my microphone
Oh,
quit
no.
working. No, my mouse remained working. So I could like change my microphone to one of the webcam microphones and then I just in the end I thought, yeah, I need to boot my PC. It was devastating. Um that
Yeah,
that all of a
I can
sudden
imagine.
nothing worked anymore. It was crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very frustrating because we feel like so much pressure to make good content, and then when something doesn't work, it's extremely frustrating.
Yeah. I will say, I think my favorite thing is when my mic does do that, I will typically change right back to my starting screen. And then I will make sure my mic is connected and then come back in and be like, hi guys. Like I restarted the stream.
And then do it like
It works.
make it
Yeah.
nice. That's a great way to deal with that.
Yeah.
Emo, do you have tech issues that you want to rant about or
Mm.
warn people for?
I've been very lucky, but I am the kind of person I like simplicity. So I have like, for example, I love this Elgato microphone. I could talk about Elgato forever because I just love Elgato so
Yeah,
much.
sure.
Dream
I'm a
sponsor.
partner with
But
Elgato, so talk all you want.
yes, exactly,
Please.
exactly. I know I would love to one day be partnered. No, but I think it's just so nice to have equipment you just plug in and that's it. I think a lot of people they have not a lot of people, but some people have complicated equipment. You have to have like this specific microphone and then set it up, and then you have this soundboard. And then I like simplicity, so
Yeah.
I just like pull it in and it's good to go. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I have to get a new one. So I think that's also a big part why I don't have tech issues, because I just keep things very simple. But yeah, I don't know. I've been very lucky with my setup. But I guess maybe like it's frustrating when you have an issue and you don't know what the issue is, and it drives you crazy because it could be Twitch, it could be OBS, it could be your internet or computer. Like it's terrible, but yeah, sometimes it happens, of course.
Yeah. And SK, how about you?
I used to get blue screens during some of my really, I don't even know what attempt to get partnered. And turned out my PC needed a BIOS update. And we could not figure out why my PC kept crashing 3 times a stream. And I was severely demotivated by that, but that was years ago, thankfully. And I never want to do a BIOS update again because it's terrifying because I
Yeah.
don't know anything
Yes.
about computers.
Never update anything, guys. If it works, keep it like that. Seriously,
No, no, no,
every
no, 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 no,
update.
no. That's no.
No, that's you do need to update.
No, no.
No, I swear,
Oh my
my
God,
personal
no.
experience, I never update anything and I never have issues. The moment I have updated something, everything has gone bad.
Okay,
But that's just me.
I often have the opposite. I have issues and then I like start updating my drivers and everything and then it works again.
Okay, here's a
Yeah, I
streamer
I update
tip.
if it doesn't work.
Here's a big streamer tip. When OBS comes out with a new update,
Don't do it the
Let-
first week.
let other
Yes.
streamers be the guinea pig before
Yeah,
you do the
exactly.
update. Just leave it as is for a week or two, and then when you know other streamers are not having issues, then
Exactly.
you update OBS.
I do
I
that with
always update it.
everything.
Sorry, girly, what did you say?
Every single time there's an update, I update it.
And have you ever had issues?
I avoid.
Oh, then you're a
No.
great guinea pig.
Yeah, good. Yeah, Curly, I will
Thank
just
you.
ask you. I will call you next time. Hello, Curly.
I perpetually regularly double check to make sure there's no updates. And if there is an update, I'll update it like the day before I start, so that way it's I can test it to make sure everything is set up okay. I
Yeah.
have my backup. I always save a backup of my profile as well as a backup of my scene collection, and then I update it and I go on my merry way.
I think that's a
I've never
really,
had an
really, really
issue.
important tip for all streamers. Back
Yeah.
up your profiles, like your
Yes.
Stream Deck
Yes.
profiles, your OBS profiles, your everything. When you said that, just realized I haven't done that in a really long time and I should again. So I think that's a really, really important tip as well.
Yep, absolutely.
You already told a little bit about your behind the scenes, about your stream early with like when you start streaming, you check for updates, you update that, you test if everything works after an update. Are there more behind the scenes things that you do to prepare for stream?
There used to be. There used to be a lot of things, but I think it's just as you get to become a streamer, you do less and less. For a couple of reasons. Number one, it becomes too time intensive, and number two, it becomes exhausting. So I've actually gotten to a flow where I just keep things extremely minimal for my setup.
Yep.
Like, if I need to fix anything for anything, I devote time to fix it, either the day before or something like that. So I have ample time to fix any sort of issues with either commands or something technology wise on my stream. I never do it day of or right before my stream starts, because that's when I always mess things up. Speaking of which, I know Ultra's in this chat. Ultra, put stream stickers on your stream right now. Sorry. That was a reminder that I meant to give her.
Nice. Sweet.
But also, I think for me, I just don't have, because of going back to a little bit of the planning ahead, I make sure that I don't spend an exuberant amount of time having to set up my stream. The thing that takes me literally the longest is probably making because I dual stream on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. And so I will make my YouTube screen, and that takes me the longest.
The thumbnail.
Yeah, your thumbnail. So that takes me absolutely the longest. And aside from that, and that takes me no more than like 5 minutes. And I always do that the day before. So I have it all set. I have it all ready. I know what game I'm gonna play, unless I randomly decide to change my game day of, uh, which I'm known to do. But I generally have things so it's pretty easy to set up, pretty easy to go, and I can just enjoy my time without stressing too much.
Yep.
Even things
That sounds
like
so organized. That's so
my
lovely.
streamer, my name for like my titles and everything. I have a doc of all of my old titles, and I've actually removed
Same.
some because there was so
Really?
many. So that way, like, it's just easy for me to
Yeah.
grab what I liked, what I didn't like, and just throw it into my title bar.
I like
And then I
that.
have a bunch of live notifications that I've changed out fairly regularly, so it's not the same clickbaity thing that my chat complains about. Um,
Wow, this is like mind blowing. You have a list of all your
100%.
titles that you ever had on Twitch.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, I've cleared it out over the years, but yeah,
God, that's
I keep the ones that I like, and that's it. And then I
Yeah.
move on.
I like that
big
idea.
brain. I
Yeah.
need to start making a library for that as well because I blank in the morning and then later I think, yeah, but then I am already
Yeah.
so far in the stream. Change it now, no, but we'll notice a
I
library.
tell you right
Use
now that
sticky
the
notes
other-
for it, actually. And then
Yeah.
if you have specific games that you rotate through, also add your labels.
Yeah.
So you can really quickly change it, and then you know exactly for what game, which categories, and what labels you use. It's super helpful to have that already.
That's
Mhm.
awesome. And what else do you do behind the scene, SK?
Honestly, at the moment, not really much anymore. I've been streaming on the same times for so long that everyone knows when I go live. So I start the day with me getting my Red Bull on my desk. I start my prompter and like so I can see that people are already chatting. I feed my cats and then I press ready. Yeah, I don't know. Do people still like do a whole like setup and stuff? I don't know. I eat my breakfast while my starting soon is running. So
Yeah.
I'm getting a coffee
me
when my
too.
starting soon is ready. Yeah. How about you, Emo?
I'm
Any behind the
getting
scenes?
also a cup of
No.
coffee when my stream is ready, unless it's at like 5
I
p.m.
eat.
Then I'm getting something else.
Fair
Well,
point.
I don't know.
my ritual is I always drink a Red Bull in the morning when
Nice.
I start
Streamer
streaming.
rituals.
Yeah, it's
I just
like
put the fire on.
Yeah.
No, I don't have. I like to keep things simple. That's pretty much it. I just have everything ready. I put the computer on. I put the lights on. I put the camera on. Then title, basic stuff like nothing interesting. I would say or specific.
Cool. And how do you guys decide what game you're gonna stream?
Oh, that is literally the hardest question.
that is so hard. Yeah.
I just do whatever I feel like that day. But yeah, sometimes I don't know what I feel like.
And do you prepare a schedule or do you every morning at the moment?
I go with the moment. I just go like, okay, what do I feel like right now?
And do you
But
ever
I'm
look
very
at like
privileged to be able to do
what
that.
games are going viral and what games are being played a lot or what does my community
No.
want?
No, I don't. Right now, I'm lucky to have a community that kind of just like is there no matter what. I would say, of course, the numbers go up and down, and some things do better than others. But I think I kind of just play whatever I want to play. But of course, it does affect me a bit. Like I was just playing Stone Shard. I had like the least amount of viewers I've had in years, and that hurt a bit my pride maybe. But yeah, I don't know. In the end, it's we don't get paid for viewers really, besides advertisements aside, and if you're trying to get sponsors. But yeah, like I don't know. I think I have noticed that streamers with smaller communities tend to have like a more like maybe active community or chat or something like that. And I like that. I don't know. It's cozy.
Yeah,
So I just play kind of whenever I
it
feel
works
like.
for you. That's
Yeah.
Shirley, you said you already decide the day before what you're gonna play the day after. How do you decide what you're gonna game? Because we're all variety streamers.
Mhm.
How do you do
So
with that?
because I play a lot of, I struggle with this a lot, and it's something that I've talked to a lot of streamers about and how they do it and what are good ways to think about things. So I do spend time. I can't do what Emo does, where I just play whatever I'm feeling. I do think of a little bit of combination of what I want to play, what is performing well, as well as like what is something my community would love me to see. So
Yeah.
I take a little bit of those factors into consideration. If I don't like a game, I'm not going to keep playing it.
Yeah.
Like
No,
plain and simple.
same. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter how many viewers
Um,
I have, I can't.
I don't
Like, I
care
can't.
if it's a very popular game. I'm not going to play
Yep.
it because
Yeah,
I'm bored,
same.
and it's just
It's
not fun
miserable.
anymore.
But that also doesn't
Um,
work because I notice if I play a game I didn't like, my community doesn't like it because often they just
Mhm.
like the fact that
Yep.
I am
Yeah.
enjoying playing a game.
Absolutely.
I will say my biggest pet peeve is when my community says, I love my community, but I'm going to say it. When my community tells me, we just come to watch you play whatever you want to play.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Isn't always
No.
true.
You're
Mm.
liars.
It's not true. We can see the numbers.
wait, yes, but
I
the people
raise
no, no,
you
no, but the people
another,
that
though.
say that because I
They
do
do,
have
they
people.
do.
I have this guy in my stream and he does not care about World of Warcraft, especially not
Sure.
achievement farming. But he will show
Sure.
up whatever I do.
The people that
That's
say
great.
it, they do dive up,
But
but
there
it's not
are
true in
people that
general.
really, really don't care about what you play. They come
Sure.
for watching you enjoy a game. And then
Yes,
there's a big
absolutely.
I get
group
that.
that comes for the game. Yeah.
Yeah, there's my pet peeve as well, though. Like sometimes they'll be like, "You should play this game. You really want to see it," and then I play it. I don't even really like it, but I do my best not to show that, and then they don't even show
Yeah.
up for the games they requested.
Oh,
So
yes.
yeah, I hate that so much that I've stopped even asking. I'm like, I'm playing this. If you don't like it, bye.
Exactly.
That's really
No,
smart.
it's funny when
I
they
will
want
play-
you to play something and then you play
Yeah.
it and then they want something else. Like,
or
every time.
that, like, yeah.
It's yeah. That's why I just play whatever I want these days. Honestly, I think I just realized it's like. But yeah, sorry, Curly. What were you saying?
Yeah.
Oh, nothing. So I will sit there and I will also think about things that are, kind of a little bit more popular or whatever as well. For instance, I've been playing a lot of Project Zomboid recently, which they just had a brand new update come out. And I'm very fortunate that not only do I love it, but it's also people are really excited about this.
That's
Um,
the best thing.
combo.
Yeah.
yeah, so it's a best combo. And it's the combo that I try to seek for something where people are excited about it and I'm loving it too. I know that like I
dream.
tend to stay away from a lot of new releases and I'm really excited for it. For
Same.
instance, I'm really excited for when Avowed comes out. I can't wait to play that game. It looks so good.
What come out?
Avowed.
Avowed. Okay, I have no clue what it is.
No,
How do
me
you spell
neither.
it? Avowed
Avowed.
What kind of game
About
is
it.
it?
game.
It is a RPG.
Oh.
It is a yeah, it looks really cool.
Nice.
Like,
I-
check
Out.
Yeah, I don't play games on launch unless I get early access, and I know my
Same.
competition will be last. I mean, it is what it is. I can't
also don't.
play like Elden Ring Night Raid on launch because I'll be somewhere really down on the bottom, so I'm not gonna do that to myself.
And maybe some viewers want to play the game themselves without
Mhm.
spoilers. That's why I like to wait
Mhm.
as well.
I always try
But I
to
would say I'm
wait
the same as Curly.
because I know I have less views, especially with like Elden Ring, because my community wants
Yes.
to first play it. And then there's this moment that I
Exactly.
ask some like, "How far are you?" And they're like, "Yeah, I still have to start. I'm busy." And I'm like, "Fuck it, I am gonna play right now because I can't wait anymore."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's always the
No, but I
balance
agree.
between are you joining the
Balance,
we're
yeah.
starting the release, we're all hyped, I'm gonna play it, or are you gonna wait so you're not spoiling the community that wants to play it themselves and you wait for the biggest streamers to have already played it a little bit? But
I think it also really relies on how badly you want to play that game.
Yeah.
Yep. KCD2, I am gonna play it no matter what.
Yeah.
When it comes out. When I
I
can,
never
instantly.
played Kingdom Come Deliverance 1, but I've had friends like telling me to do it, and I've been now watching Elena plays it a lot, and I know her from DreamHack, and I just love how she plays games and she does like all the outfits, and I've been watching it, and I'm like, damn it, I should have played the first one now. But I looked how long to beat, and it's like 80 hours, and I was like, yeah,
Yep.
I there's no way I can fit that right now in the schedule to finish that before the second game comes out. So I hope it will be playable without the first, because it seems like such a
It
good
will be,
match.
I
Yeah,
think.
for
don't
me.
worry about it.
Yeah.
The game is designed so that you can play the second one
Second
without
one.
knowledge of the first.
Okay, yeah, it's
And the
Oh,
first,
good.
the story is nothing really happens. Okay, I love the game to death. It's my favorite game, but the story is not that complex. Like if you play a bit of the beginning of the first, you understand the story pretty much.
yeah.
So you will be fine.
Okay, well, I look forward to the second, so I hope it is similar to the first, because that looks like a great match for me. So
The best game
I'm
ever.
not saying too much because I don't want to come across as advertising.
No,
you can
should advertise
you can
this
sell
game.
it to me, because I already kind of want to play it.
Well, you're on the list.
I know, I asked to
anyway,
be on the
so
list.
it's fine.
It's gonna be
The
fun.
viewers don't know your privileges, Eskea, about KCD.
Yeah, give
for
us
those
one
that,
one scoop.
I, the game was given to reviewers, press, big influencers that have an audience. So, like a month in advance, that should tell you enough about how confident Warhorse is about the game. They're not hiding anything. Like, reviewers have probably already finished the entire game. I mean, there are certain rules simply to avoid spoilers, nothing else.
Yeah.
But all the reviews are glowing, so I mean, I don't have to have to
Okay.
sell the game. Like, you can read everywhere how good it is
I can
by all the
wait.
reviewers.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
No, but I think, did Eskea mention to here on stream that like she works somewhat with the game developers?
Yes.
I don't think I've mentioned that
Yeah.
specifically. I work at PlayOn, and Warhorse is like part of us. So
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, I'm the official Benelux community manager for Kingdom Come Deliverance, among other games. So, but I'm very excited. I have never finished Kingdom Come 1, but I have played it. Because if I have to play every single game that we work with, then I would never be able to finish anything.
Yeah.
And I've played the second game as well. I think I have like 7 hours. So
Exciting.
it's a good game. Like, I'm excited that we're releasing a game that has Game of the Year potential.
Yeah, that's what I wanted you to
yeah.
say, but I wasn't sure if it was private information.
Oh, no,
But you have
no.
already played it. Chat, she has played KCD too, guys.
Yeah.
Casually. She has played the best game ever already.
Are you gonna
Privileges.
stream it,
It's good.
SK?
So the thing is, I know this sounds crazy, especially after I've given such a glowing review myself, but I have played several versions of the game because, we also had like a beta version of the game, and it is quite long in the beginning with the explanation, like cutscenes and everything. And I've done that multiple times now, and I will also have to stream it for work. So at this point, because KCD is on my mind 24/7, I'm constantly doing stuff for the game, that it will start to burn me out when it's games that are our own.
No, that makes a
I
lot
don't
of
think
sense. Yeah.
I want to put it also on my stream, because then it starts to become a bit of a burden. Like, I did that with Dragon's Dogma. I also work with Capcom
I played that game
for
as well.
work.
Thank you for the key. It was
Yeah.
amazing.
It's an awesome game, but I started to notice how it became a drag for me to feel like I was forced to finish
Because
it
then
on
you're
stream.
24/7 busy with
Yeah.
that, because it's also your work, also your stream.
Yeah. But I was also scared that if I randomly quit playing the game, then they're gonna say like, look, the community manager isn't even finishing the game is bad. So I felt forced to finish it, even though it was taking quite a toll on me.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
I can imagine that
yeah.
you think, nah, I will play this in my own time or work time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because then there's like no pressure, and I can take breaks and stuff. And I wanna, like, these are the kind of games that I really wanna take my time in playing in my own time.
Makes a lot
Do you
of
guys
sense.
game outside of stream?
Yeah.
Yes, all the time.
You outside of stream as well? You
Yeah.
also play games? No way.
I play different games outside of stream than I play on stream.
Same. If I play, I rarely play outside of stream because it would be too much for me. But I play like FPS or something. I don't stream.
I
play a lot of
recently
community
started
games,
gaming outside of
so-
stream for the first time ever. I do very boring achievement World of Warcraft because I think this will be the absolute bore for my stream. So that's what I do. But now I started Stardew Valley because it's split screen and I play it with my partner.
It's so good.
And it's the best thing ever. After a long day of work, we're just sitting on the Xbox and we're saying things like, "Oh, don't forget the melon. We have to bring a melon to Caroline, and you catch 2 squids because we need some squids for the quest with Willy." And I love it. It's the best thing ever. So I finally found gaming relaxing again after such
That's
a long
awesome.
time.
To relax, I play with my I play games with my husband as
Yeah.
well as some of my friends. So I have like
Aw.
a designated Saturday night game night with Drew, as well as my friend How to Be Quiet, where we play a game every Saturday night together.
But
That's
you
so
don't stream
awesome.
That
them.
is really nice.
Mm-mm.
No, that's
It's
nice.
just the three of us like
Nice.
hanging out, and sometimes we invite other people.
That's super cute. I love that.
Yeah. So we play a lot of Helldivers too, like a lot of Helldivers too.
Oh, nice. Hopefully your viewers don't want to see that, so they're jealous.
I don't care. It's my time.
No, but it's yeah. I also have this like I want to play games outside of stream, but then I feel like then my viewers would want to see it.
Yeah.
Then first playthroughs do well. Like I played Dying Dead. No, what is it called? Walking Dead. With my boyfriend, and it was like amazing. It was such a good like thing to do together. Just it's like a story, but you choose things, and it was amazing. But then I regretted it. I didn't stream it or put it on YouTube, you know. But nah, it was great. It was just really nice to like same with some games. You just want to lay in your couch and just like eat something and just play.
Chill. Yeah,
Like,
no
on
makeup,
stream,
no
it's
smiles, no
different.
bright lights.
Yeah.
Exactly. You just want to be a degenerate fully.
And do it. Yeah. Hey,
Exactly,
we're
exactly.
reaching the time. I have 2 more questions before we're gonna end slowly. The first question is, does anyone has experienced something very funny or embarrassing on like to share?
No.
Why would we want to share that but embarrassing thing that happened to us?
That's why I said funny.
Funny. Oh no, I would have to ask my community. They probably have things to say that has been. But on the top of my head, I can't come up with anything right now. What about you guys?
No, I don't want to share anything.
No?
I feel like your clips already captured a lot of the
Yeah.
recent things.
True.
Just amplify that
Fair,
times
fair.
20.
Yeah.
I think that'll give you a really, really good example of all the embarrassing things that I do.
And do you
that make
guys
me
put yourself in
crazy.
embarrassing situations for goals, for example?
No. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
little bit.
yes.
I think I remembered something right now, but it wasn't something that happened on stream, but it's stream related.
Yes, I have done that for goals. I hate mayonnaise. I've done a mayo tasting stream because we reached a goal. I ate soap on stream, which I
Ew.
regret
Oh my god.
Don't do
very,
that.
very much. I did a shoey from a point shoe. If you guys don't know what a shoey
It's
is,
a beer
it's
from
you
a shoe, right?
pour no,
Oh.
you pour beer into a shoe and you drink from the
my god.
shoe.
But why did you?
Bloody
you did it
Django
for
has
a goal,
inspired
yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Yes, that was
God
Drongo.
damn it. Drongo's fault.
was
I knew it.
It was a charity goal, I believe. I
Yeah.
love charity streams. Yeah. So I've done all of these things, and I think my top clip ever is the time when I ate soap.
I need to see that.
Oh,
I have not
no,
seen
that's
that clip. I will
terrible.
watch that. Oh my god.
Oh God.
How about you,
It's
Emo?
my
You just
top
said you
viewed
remembered
clip
something?
of all time.
So it wasn't. So technically, I was just chill. I was playing my first Soulsborne game outside of stream just to test it. That was Dark Souls 3, and I was just sitting in like shitty clothing and looking like shit, and I was playing it by myself. And then I had my OBS open, and for some reason, random viewers dived up into my chat and started talking to each other. And I had a complete heart attack. I thought I was accidentally streaming and like, you know, in my looking like shit and just playing the game. But they were just, for some reason, they just dived up. But I was like, I always, talking about streamer ritual, I put this on the camera when I'm done streaming instantly, because I'm so scared that, you know, I will accidentally be streaming or someone will be seeing me. So I used to actually, my first apartment I live in, my bed was behind my streaming setup. And even though I covered my camera, it didn't feel enough. I had to literally take my camera and put it in a box to feel
Yeah.
like no one is watching me when I'm sleeping. Like I have had so many nightmares when I dream that I stream on accident.
I've had
And
those
yeah,
as
like I
well.
just
Yeah. Oh my
yeah.
god, what a coincidence. Holy damn. And you, SK, have you done embarrassing things?
I have taken quite a few pies to the face for charity.
Oh, I
Wow.
love
That
that. Nice.
that's always a big help for raising money for charity.
That's so awesome.
That's
We will suffer for charity.
Yeah.
Mhm.
that's
I do
really
that as
nice.
well.
Mhm.
That's really sweet.
Although the time that I ate soap, it was because I told my chat that they couldn't do, I think I said 300 subs during the time that I was streaming. And that was at a time when I was playing Cyberpunk and they had drops for every 2 gifted subs. So I was stupid.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
all stupid
Happened to me.
sometimes.
That just happened to me.
I will be streaming this Saturday with my friend Bosca, also a streamer. She will get here. We went together to San Diego Twitchcon and we had a donation goal for that. And we said, get that. We will dress up as banana. Okay. So next
I love
Saturday,
that.
we will be dressed up as bananas, making banana pie. And we both are terrible at baking as well. So I'm not sure
Yeah.
how it's going to be, but hopefully it's a lot of fun. And now going from
Can I say one thing first?
yes.
So, if you guys, I remember I said at some point in my chat that, guys, you like only donate when I suffer. Like if you're a streamer, you just have to like suffer to get paid, you know. And then someone in chat was like, "Oh, almost sounds like a job," and I was like, "Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I do think
That
it
is
is.
true."
I do think sometimes that it's difficult that people on Twitch sometimes only seem to support when it is for a goal.
Suffering.
Mhm.
But I mean,
Yeah.
then every time I think that I like just now, I say no alerts. We're not gonna do anything. Just getting to know fun, and then they support as well. So it's not only when we suffer; it's also
Yep.
when we're in our element and fun.
But
Absolutely.
never
But definitely
never,
also
ever.
for the suffering. Yeah.
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 Make sure you never just set goals and think they can't actually break those goals.
Yeah, I've
guess
Absolutely.
They will,
will.
absolutely.
yeah.
They are crazy. They're evil. Chat is evil sometimes.
And very sweet and evil, yes. And that's
Yes.
also the last question before we go to finishing this up. It is, what kind of goals did you set for you yourself? It can be goals in numbers, but it can also be trying something new. My goal for 2025 was finally starting my talk show, Streamers and Stories, because I really would love to learn more about streamers and seeing a little bit more about their lives. And today is episode 1. So this has been in the making for 6 months. But yeah,
so awesome.
I really like that. Do you guys have goals for 2025, next month, next week, next year?
I like goals
Yeah.
because they're very practical and something to work against. But I have right now a goal that I need to make 20 YouTube videos on my new channel.
Yeah.
Because instead of looking at numbers right now, of course, I'm not going to get any viewers and stuff like that when I have, like no videos. So I'm right now I'm aiming just completely to make 20 videos and then see how it goes. So that's my goal.
Good luck. Sounds cool. And
Thank you.
what's your YouTube channel? Is that also Emonea?
So I have a YouTube channel called Emonea that I actually put one video out that blew up. It got like 100,000 viewers. It was complete luck. It was just me
Wow.
playing my summer car, and it became like, that's why I play a lot of my summer car right now. But I started a new channel called Damaged Intelligence, from Oblivion reference. So I'm making videos about old games because I stream a lot of old games, but it's like impossible to grow while doing that. So I'm trying to attract people from YouTube towards my channel, like
Awesome.
for the old games.
Good luck. I hope it will succeed.
Thank
SK,
you.
do you
Makes
have goals?
So I made a YouTube channel for my writing journey because I really want to document like the start to finish of making my first novel.
Cool.
And I've been editing the intro to that video
That's so awesome.
But I haven't gotten to it yet. I'm trying also to get 1K subscribers on YouTube. I'm on 800 now, and we have 3 videos already done that are lined up to go live for the rest of the month. So we're
Nice.
set for that.
Yeah.
I do get help. I have my moderator edits videos for me, and I do
Wow.
pay for it. But yeah, we're like teaming up together to get some like progress there. And my last goal is last year. It pales in comparison to what you did with your charity stream. But last year, we did a 24-hour stream at the Red Bull Gaming Hub, and I have a stream team, the Pet Project, where we raise money for local animal shelters. And we raised 3,000 euros last
Wow.
year with
No
our
way.
24-hour stream.
That's
A bunch of
amazing.
streamers, yeah, it was kind of wild because it's what you said at the start. You reached out to a content creator, to a friend, and you asked, can we do this? And I
Yes.
asked my friends, like, I used to raise money alone. And my friends were like, we want to help you. And then they asked their friends. And then we had like 11 or 12 streamers on the 24-hour stream. And Red Bull helped, Elgato helped. We had like so much help from everyone. And this year, we're going to do another one between March and May, where we're also going to do another 24-hour stream. And the Red Bull Gaming Hub that we are allowed to use for it has now made an even nicer streamer setup. And they were like really excited to share that with us. So that goal is to like get more than 3K for this year's
Wow.
charity
Exciting.
stream.
That
I love
sounds
that.
awesome.
It's gonna be awesome.
Cool. And also so
Yeah, it's
cool to
super
hear
fun.
that everybody, so many streamers on Twitch do charities.
I love that.
Love how we use this community for both,
Good.
our own bills to pay, I guess, but also we love to share the way Twitch money
Yeah.
also go for charities. Really cool. And definitely send me the date because I love to watch it. And Girly, goals. Tell me, what are you up to?
So I have a lot of goals, but mainly because I also I work with a management company, and my management company actually helps me set up some of my goals. So every 6 months we work through goals that I want to take, and the way they do it is really awesome because it's not just I want to hit this record. It's more I want to work towards specific things, but also kind of things of like personal goals as well for me within the streaming space. So things even in terms of like building up my confidence, because as I said before, like I don't really like to think about being overly egotistical and thinking about that. It also has a negative side effect of, even though yes, I hit partner really quickly, I perpetually live in this fear of, am I doing something wrong? I have a lot of imposter syndrome. And is this all luck? Is this something that I'm just like, that it's just like a fluke that happened one day and it's actually not anything special? So I perpetually live in that fear. And so my own self is a lot of like building up my own confidence in that kind of regard. I really want to work a lot this year to work towards that. I'm also doing a lot of like trying to get towards, I have a separate YouTube channel just for my VODs, and I want to like actually turn that into a thing. I'm really, really close to being able to actually hit YouTube partner. I think I need like 15 subscribers.
Oh,
Like,
Oh,
that's
drop
it,
your
and then I can
link. I'll
actually get
follow.
YouTube
yeah.
for Vi-
Where is
Give
it?
it, put it in chat,
Um,
please.
Right now,
All right, I'll get it in a
Curly.
minute. And then I also I want to be able to actually be. I'm working towards goals about getting to become a full-time streamer. So seeing about different avenues of funding where it can be that's solely my own income from that standpoint. So I have a lot of goals toward that. But also I do a lot of charity streams too, and actually tomorrow is my birthday. Uh,
Oh, no way.
yeah, and on Saturday I'm doing a charity stream in honor of my birthday, where we are fundraising for a cause within the U.S. called Hope for the Day, which does a lot of work in order to raise awareness through education about suicide prevention, as well as mental health resources to help reduce the numbers of suicides within the United States and within globally is their goal eventually. And so they work really hard to provide information and resources for that, and I'm really excited. So
That's
we'll be doing a
awesome.
big charity stream in honor of my birthday on Saturday.
That is
So
so
I
beautiful,
love
Curly.
that
Yes,
you're
a
doing a
great cause.
charity stream to celebrate your birthday.
That's
I saw it on
crazy.
Instagram, and that's just, yeah, that really shows how caring
I
you are. That's really
just
cool.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people give out subs when you are on your birthday, and rather than people actually giving subs on my birthday, I would rather them do like actually give it back to a charity and give it to something that
Yep.
matters. Oh, Santo, thank you so much for posting my YouTube in
Yeah,
chat.
Yeah,
I was gonna do that.
You're now at
subscribed.
991, so
Yes,
only
I
9
also
more. I
subscribed.
just subscribed as well.
That's insane.
But 9 more, guys. Click that
Yep.
link, subscribe. Let's go.
No, but I think
but
with
yeah.
charity, it's so nice that you like, because I also feel like I just love it more when people donate to charity. Like, I don't know why, it's so fun, and yeah, I
No,
love
but
that
Yeah.
you're doing that.
what's really nice is
Thank
when
you.
you hype up a charity, I
Yeah.
feel like your community will be saving up for that moment so they
Yeah.
can like go hype it up together with you. And then
Yeah.
they're like, yeah, I saved up all month. Here
Yeah.
is my contribution to this cause. And I love that so much when people do that.
Yeah.
Me too.
And
I
it's
have, like,
also,
so
we
important.
choose the charities. I did also once a 24-hour stream was for, I think, oh God, I did so many. I think this one was for cancer relief, for cancer research, because I lost people that I loved to cancer. And I really finally took, oh, the 24-hour was for November. Okay, well, we had a few charity. I do every year, I try at least one charity. And I always take things that are close to me. So November is
Bless your
because
heart.
depression and
Yep.
care for themselves. I had this charity that a friend of my mother has founded and has been doing for years. So like when they support that charity, they support a part of something I want to support, and that makes it on Twitch and charity so intense. And but you
Yeah.
just said clearly, it sounds like a goal, like very, very impressive to support, and I
Thank
really
you.
love that.
Thank you. I
Yeah, when
really
it's
appreciate
personal,
that.
it's better 100%. Like, we do it with our heart as well when it's more
Mhm.
personal.
Yeah, I've never been a big fan of the cloud charity stuff.
What
That
does that
is
mean?
Mm-mm.
like the charities for that people like it's still good that they do charity, but they do it to just make themselves look better rather than
Oh.
actually believing in something. And it's a thing that agencies tend to do. They'll reach out to content
Oh, yeah.
creators
Oh,
and then
yeah.
they'll brag about it on LinkedIn, even though you put in all the effort and
Oh,
stuff.
I had no
And
clue people do that. That's
yeah,
terrible.
Seen that
it's
before.
it
I mean,
happens
better
quite
than nothing,
often.
but yeah, whatever, I guess.
It's just that then in the end the publicity does still not go to the charity, and you want
Oh.
the charity to get that publicity, but in the end it goes to awards and that kind of stuff. And I just feel like
Businesses, yeah.
it's better than when we do it together with among ourselves. We can
Absolutely.
absolutely do stuff without their help, and then it will benefit the charities way better than it would have
Yeah, that's
otherwise.
also why I took
I-
stuff into my own hands, because I don't really know what these big charities are doing and stuff like that. So I like to, like actually show the community everything we're doing with the charities, and it's
I do have
Yeah.
to say, I worked a long time at Amnesty, and it's a bigger charity, and we also had people that were, gifting money just to get their name on a plaque and stuff like that. And then I learned from the people working there, they said it doesn't matter if they gift for their own gain or do it because they want to feel good or to tell their friends what they did or to put their name on something. Because in the end, money goes to charity now. And I
Yep.
thought that was such an eye opener because sometimes I thought like, oh my God, that sounds so egocentrical. But
Yeah.
now I'm like, it doesn't matter why you give to charity, if it's for your own gain or for charity, as long as the money goes to charity, it goes to
Mhm.
charity. And I thought that was a really reassuring thought for me that in the end, we have
I
one streamer, by the way. Oh yeah, sorry, please respond.
I kind of agree on one part, but I can't support content creators personally that do it for their own gain. I would much rather spend my time supporting content creators that I feel like they do it for the good
Yeah.
of their own heart rather
Yep.
than to brag about it on social media. Like, but that's a
Yeah,
personal opinion.
personal preference,
Of
definitely. But in the end, every time you see something and you think, just think, at least now money goes
Yeah,
to
they still get
charity.
money,
Yeah.
but
But
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, it can be hard to tell. It can be hard to tell, like as well. Like I didn't know people do this. Like, how do these streamers like benefit from it? Because
I
I
don't
would say
know.
when we
But
stream, when we
also,
do
guys,
charity,
sorry, we
we
have
lose.
one streamer that has to go, so
Oh
in a little
yeah.
bit, so we have to go to the last question. Fortunately, I love how into all the discussions you all are and how active all of you have been. I'm very grateful for all the topics, and I think this could have been a really interesting topic as well. But
Mhm.
we do have to end.
Mhm.
So I would love to, please sell out. Who are you? What are you gonna do? What's coming up in your stream? Really, you already started. Anything else? Why should people, you know, what's your content?
Sure.
What cool things are you going to do in the next?
Well, so as I said earlier, I do a lot of open world RPGs and a lot of different story-based games. So a couple of things that we're doing right now is we are playing a lot of Project Zomboid. I think actually, as I said, tomorrow we're doing a charity stream. As part of the charity stream, I am playing Project Zomboid, and I actually am personally donating every time. So every time I destroy a zombie, I am donating $1. And
Wow.
every time my character perishes, I will be donating $10. So I'm really excited for that because not only is it a cause that I really stand up for, but I also I'm really excited because I feel like just being able to give back in this kind of way is just really important to me. And I'd rather like put my money into something that I believe in. So I'm excited for that. And for my birthday stream on Saturday.
Of course, yeah.
The other thing I'm doing is that there's a really cool mod on Project Zomboid that I'm excited to try where you get to basically try and survive. Like you start off 1 week before the zombie apocalypse occurs, and then you actually try and survive after that the
Ooh.
zombie apocalypse occurs too. So I'm trying that. Aside from that, I think it's just kind of like I will be excited to try some different games as the year continues and as new games keep coming out and sharing a bunch of those things. I'll also be starting to do some streams using alternative controllers too, actually.
Ooh,
That's one of the
Ooh,
new things I'm
that's
using.
Yeah.
fun.
So yeah.
Cool. Thank you
Right,
so
and that's
much.
me.
And Curly, thank you so much for being on episode 1 of Stream.
Of
Really,
course.
really
Thank you for having
enjoyed
me.
your contribution.
Of course.
Emo,
Thank you for having me.
tell everyone, why should they follow you and why should they, what are you gonna do in the next week, month, or channel?
On my channel, so right now I'm also this weekend doing charity for animals in Ukraine, and then in under a week I'm going to Ukraine, so I'm not going to be able to stream when I'm there helping the animals. So yeah, all of the money that people donate, I'm going to then shop for the animals and then bring it to them and stuff like that. But yeah, I will. That's pretty much it. Then I will come back and just stream as normal, hopefully. So yeah, that's the plan.
Sounds awesome and so cool that you're going back to the animals Ukraine and doing so much charity work. It's very impressive.
Thank you, thank you. It feels more personal when you like do it yourself as well. So and I get to see animals. That is nice.
That's always nice. And thank you so much for being on Streamers and Stories, the first episode. I'm
My
really
pleasure, my
really
pleasure.
grateful for you three. SK, why should people follow you and what are you going to stream the next week, months, time?
Well, you've already heard that I have different opinions on things, even here. If you like that straightforwardness, you're welcome to come hang out sometime. I'm doing a first ever playthrough of The Witcher 3, and sometimes I'll cosplay as Triss because I really like having my red hair wig on.
Cool.
And I am gonna start a Elden Ring DLC summonless bow only run soon.
Oh god, that sounds painful.
Yes,
Oh
it will
no.
be.
Good luck.
And also have once the 12 subclasses for Baldur's Gate drop, I will be co-streaming it with another streamer friend, and we will be doing a co-op honor mode run showcasing the new classes in Baldur's Gate 3.
That sounds absolutely amazing. That sounds very, very, very exciting.
And thank you for inviting me.
Now, I wanted to say thank you for being here, okay? But you probably saw that one coming already.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for all my guests. My darling chat, thank you so much for being here. Oh, yeah, also my week on Saturday, I'll do the banana stream and probably watch Curly. And other than that, I'll be away for a week for some self time, mom. So I'll be gone. But luckily, you just free streamers that you can watch all the time when I'm not here, especially Emo because she what she said. Um, so yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching this first episode. I really liked it. The next one will be the 13th of February, and we will have three lovely World of Warcraft streams. We'll have Elfie, we'll have Valeria, and we will have Bear's Adventures. So I already really look forward to that. And show one of those streamers we're rate the one that is currently live. Yeah, and thank you much. Oh, and thank you for the hype train, but please don't do that during streamers and stories because it's,
Do it, chat, do it.
it's you make it very, very yeah.
Make it level 12 next month, guys.
Next month 12. And after that 13 and so
Yeah,
on.
exactly.
Don't let us down, chat.
Yeah.
You girls are the worst. Thank you. So yeah, thank you guys so
mean the
much
best.
for here. I absolutely loved it. Girls, before we rate, is there anything you can say?
Thank you,
Chat?
chat.
Thank
You guys are awesome.
Thank you for everything. Really appreciate
But you're
you
also
guys.
evil sometimes. But yeah, thank you.
Well, they said it, so.
Can we do this wave thing until I click right now? Very,
Sure.
very, yes. Oh, this is beautiful. Yes, thank you. Continue. Keep going. This is great.
Bye.
Yeah.